Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome. Tuesday. This is Tuesday on PFM TV. We got John back in the building. How's it going, man? How are you?
Hello. Yeah, I was just looking at something, so you caught me off guard a little bit. But yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Let's see. Okay, I thought that was my music or something. But
No, yeah. Let me lower it down a little bit now.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's going good. Excited to be here today. Yeah, you were mentioning earlier, like what I mentioned yesterday kind of, played out. And yeah, and it was a good day yesterday. It was green. Although Top Step, I think, was having issues yesterday. So
I heard about that.
My P&L isn't reflected today. So I'm kind of like, yeah. So I think AWS, Amazon servers were having a lot of issues yesterday.
So it wasn't Project X necessarily. It was like somebody else that Project X runs under.
Yeah, so a lot of services, or most services, like all these big SaaS products that you use, like they run on Amazon servers, AWS. And whenever AWS has issues, like the whole tech industry is kind of like in shambles. They're trying to get everything working. So it's not just AWS, like a lot of products have a major outage. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Like, so that's what you get with prop firms sometimes. It is built on tech. So like if something's not working, then yeah, so it seems like my P&L isn't reflected, but I'll just try again, or
keep grinding away, right?
Keep grinding.
Yeah, so usually from my experience, what I've seen when they have like issues with Project X, they'll usually delete losses, but if you were green on the day, they'll leave the profit. So they didn't do that this time?
No, not that I just know.
Man. And you did you make money in the afternoon? Did you like follow the plan of going long in the afternoon, or like what'd you do?
Yeah, I went long in the afternoon. And yeah, I pretty much stuck to my rule. I broke it a little bit. Like I had two very small losses, and then I had a nice, pretty decent win at the end that covered those losses. But I like to, whenever I have two losses in a row, I usually wait like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's really hard though, because it's like, it just shows up, like lines up, the stars align, and it's just hard not to take it. But I'm trying to do better with that. It's either I need to adjust that rule slightly, so I don't feel bad about breaking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, I think I was just a little bit too early on the first two. But yeah, I could go over like the charts and stuff like that. But
yeah, definitely. If you want to get your screen up while you're doing that, we can go over your trades. I took some trades too in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The morning was so rough for us. Like I didn't take any trades. We ended up getting so bored. I was like, all right, guys, I'm just going to hit an eval right now and try and pass it.
I did. I saw that. I was like, so in my head, I was thinking, don't go short. Don't go short. Like that's all I kept thinking.
Bro, I got so lucky because I woke up this morning. I thought like, okay, they're going to be red. And maybe either my funded futures deleted my loss from the day, maybe because of a similar issue, even though I was on Trade Evade. I don't know why they would. Or I know the market did sell off a little bit. Maybe it was around my entry. So I got lucky. And I basically, it was like a scratch. And I took another short overnight and I passed the eval. So I can go over that. So that was pretty cool. Nice. But yeah, get your screen up and we can look at your stuff. I'll say what's up with the chat. How we doing, guys? Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Someone said Zach and John looking awesome today. Red and red. Yeah, we're matching.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I have the same sweater. Like, so everyone in the company, I don't know if they think this, but like, I have the same sweater but different colors. So like, literally, you see the same like Nike logo like in all my meetings. I'm just like, yeah, So like, yeah. But thank you. I have like gray, black, like. I like these.
Dude, I'm similar. I feel like my fiance always says you have like a uniform. Like I just kind of wear the same thing, like a nice fitted t-shirt. I have a few different colors, a couple pairs of jeans. Like, yeah, I'm the same way.
Like I'm not into fashion. Like my wife really likes really nice clothes and stuff, and I'm just like, just get me a nice hoodie. I'm comfortable. Like, so anyway, but yeah, So I'll share my screen.
Yeah, go for it. We could go over maybe your trades from yesterday, because I think the chat would love to see, because yeah, like at least with the way I trade, you're so right. I should have just went long. It would have been easier for me, but like it's one of my biggest weaknesses, being able to long up at the highs. Like it's such a weakness of mine. So it'd be cool to go over like how you were able to play it and take a winning trade. And then I can go over mine too, because we ended up making it work. I took a short on my funded accounts as well, and that passed. So I posted that on X. I can go over the markup. Okay, let's get your chart up. Here we go.
Yeah, so like it's interesting. We could start with our discussion in the morning. Like it was a gap and go day. Like those don't happen too often, but that was a good example of it, where I mentioned if we gap up and we just go, like don't go against that market. And that's exactly what happened. We gapped and goed and went. And
Yeah.
you don't want to short that market, where someone might think like, oh, we gapped up, we want to fill the gap. No, like the market is running, don't go against it. So like that played out well. So I knew, looking at the market just from the morning, I knew that I was going to look for a long at the end of the day. I just like kind of intuitively knew I wasn't going to try to short the market. So it was a gap and go. So essentially I got to the market, I think it was literally like 30 minutes left in the trading day. And it's one thing I'm learning, when the market is so strong, sometimes like I need to front run my levels, right? So like I'll try to find it here, but like there was a really good example. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Let me find yesterday's session. Yeah, this was yesterday. This today. Yeah, the overnight session. Okay. All right. So this was yesterday. Yeah. So I do think, I'm trying to remember what trade I took, but this is the hourly on ES. Right here. So like I mentioned, yeah, and yesterday's stream, like these levels, the hourly levels are respected quite a lot. So I think I was either too early and I was looking at some other levels and I took really small losses, but then on NQ, once I saw ES get to this level, I went long on NQ and got a little piece of NQ here. So yeah, and the reason for that, so like the market's going up all day. We have, yeah, I think I caught it right at the end of the day, right at the end of the
like what, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yep, 3 p.m. And Top Step lets you trade 10 minutes after the market closes.
Yeah.
So I knew that I had, that's a really clear level.
A solid like hour, I think, because I think it closes at 4:10. You can trade until.
Oh yeah, I'm in Central Time, so I'm 1 hour behind. Yep.
Got you.
I'll use Eastern. Yeah, that might be easier. But yeah, so I just took it and grabbed this. And so like that's my logic. Like, okay, the market's been really strong. What's the likelihood? The hourly levels are really strong. Like, yeah, we could have done this, and we almost did. Like you can see, ES almost got here, but it was just a wick. And then once we got back in, I was like, okay, that's my go signal. So like I would look at like the 5 second. Let's see. I probably can't. It'll take a while to get back.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's right here. It's right here. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I saw. Like we pulled back, and then once we got back in, I was like, all right, I put a stop order here on NQ, and on NQ the price action looks a little bit different, but I knew where to put the stop order. And then yeah, like this level held, and we just went up, because I knew if we didn't get here and we popped back in, the likelihood at the end of the day for us to even fill this gap or get back in here was really low. So yeah, that was my play for yesterday.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Actually, if you go back to the 1 minute, I'm even seeing stuff from the way I would view price to make your trade make sense. I'd love to show you. So yeah, once you get over there, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, perfect. So the first thing, so if you see those two, like that double bottom right before where you took your trade, yeah, those two to your right. like right before you took your trade. Yeah, those two, that double bottom.
Mhm.
So what I'm seeing is that you have that level, the bottom range of that level. It just missed the bottom range, created that double bottom, right? So those are things that I like to look for. I like to see them get taken and then see the reversal come into play. So it's just funny because even though there might be different analysis, like it really is just language to find winning trades, because I would just see that as, okay, you swept that double bottom, you engaged the bottom portion, like the bottom range of the level now, which is your key level, and then boom, it runs. So yeah, it's just interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like you can view the charts many different ways. They are doing the same thing. Like
Yeah, exactly. It's going up or down by the end of the day. So also you took it, so you were analyzing ES, but you took the trade on NQ. Was there any particular reason? Like, was NQ a little stronger on the side of the bulls, or what was that?
I just trade NQ. It's a little more volatile than ES. ES moves a little bit slower from what I've seen, and yeah, NQ is like the only thing I trade. It's like
Same.
I use correlations with ES, but like if ES has a strong level, like okay, let's say NQ is stronger on the day, and that's I used to use this a lot where like I would gauge who's stronger and who's weaker. Like sometimes NQ is stronger than ES. And that'll give me good information too. But at this point, like I kind of get a sense, like if ES and NQ are both strong and either one is approaching a strong level, then I'll take a trade on NQ. Like
Yeah.
going long. And
Yeah, I do that. I do it similarly. Like 90% of my trades are on NQ because I just like the way it moves better, but I'm always flipping back and forth between the ES and the NQ to gauge, just the correlation, because you could get a lot of helpful information by watching both indexes.
yeah, absolutely. Correlations is huge. And like here's an example on NQ where like this is the 5 minute time frame, and like I don't typically use the 5 minute, but I was watching this, and when the market is so strong, the 5 minute levels get respected as well. Like this was a clear one. Like I was waiting for an hourly level to be hit to take my trade, and the hourly level was just a little bit lower, so like right here, and I was watching this, and like this got respected really well on the 5 minute, and we rotated just a very quick rotation to the other side. And so like that's where I'm always reflecting and seeing where can I improve my strategy, because like in really strong markets, like 15-minute and 5-minute levels do get respected, because the buyers are looking to get back in the market. They're looking, okay, what's the next level I have to get back into the market. And yeah, so that's just a quick little tidbit there.
100%. And us talking about how we like NQ, somebody in the chat, Eric, just asked, like, he wants to start trading futures, but he doesn't know what pair to start with. Do we have any advice? Do you think there's like a good starter pair? Or for me, I just think it's like you gotta try a few different things. I also want to remind people you can trade Forex on the futures prop firms, and in the futures market, they have the Euro USD, the GBP USD, all of the major pairs. They don't have exotics like NZD or anything like that, but any of the major pairs, you can trade Forex on the future side. But personally, I love ES and NQ. Those are what I think moves the best for my trading style. But I would always recommend try a few different options. I mean, you have crude oil, you have gold, commodities, stock indexes. Like what do you think, John?
Yeah. So the question was what pair to trade or what to trade?
He said he's never traded futures, so he's asking for advice on maybe a pair to start with.
Yeah, depends. I don't trade Forex, so I don't trade currency pairs, but maybe gold. Like gold is a really popular one that people go to. Euro USD is popular as well. Personally, I would recommend maybe looking into the indices like ES and NQ, like those. And I'm biased because that's what I use, but you can start learning correlations. Like whatever strategy you use, you can start seeing how one indice impacts another indice and start making connections, right? Because like trading is about making connections. Regardless of what you trade, you will have to, I would say you'd have to understand at least one more ticker along with what you're trading. Whatever, if you do pick a currency pair, I'd probably try to find what other pair correlates with that pair, or what can you look at to get clues with the current pair you're trading. Because viewing something in isolation, it can work, but you probably put probabilities more in your favor if you start correlating whatever ticker you're trading with the broader market. You know, I used to do stocks and I would correlate everything, almost too many correlations. Like, you know, I would correlate, I would look at all the major sectors like IWM, XLF, you know, biotech, you know, and that could be a good start too. Like, that's actually really good knowledge to learn about the market. Like, if you're new to the market, understanding the different sectors and how the market operates, like how there's rotation in the market, like that's valuable information if you want to, you know, just put a badge on your trader notch that you know how rotation works in the market. Like, maybe we're coming out of the financial sector to go into the tech sector, right? And that's where like the S&P could be going down if the financial sector is going down, but tech could be going up, so that the NASDAQ is going up. And then you have like one's going down, one's going up, so the likelihood of the market ripping isn't high because, yeah, money's coming out of the financial sector or the growth sector, right? So like that's rotation, and then that's, you start to understand. And for me, like starting with that helped me understand like the S&P 500 or ES and the NASDAQ. It helped me understand why is the ES weak while NASDAQ is strong. And sometimes if ES is weak, NASDAQ can't go. NASDAQ is trying, but it can't go.
It's gonna hold it. Yeah, it's gonna hold it back.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is like just trading 101 in a sense, like
For sure.
and then you pick your strategy, you find a strategy that works, and you, like, so this is what I tell everyone: whatever strategy you pick, like try to stick with it for like a year, like whatever it is, just stick with it, because you'll find nuances in your strategy. You'll find things that nobody else can see, but you've been watching the markets with your strategy for a long time, and you know, oh, when this happens, right? So like you just start making connections with whatever strategy you're using.
Yeah, no, perfectly said, man. I totally agree with that. Also, guys, I forgot to announce when we first went live, we have a special sponsor for today's giveaway. It's actually personally my favorite prop firm, Tradeify. So we're going to be giving away some Tradeify accounts on stream. So stay tuned for that. We will definitely get that going, and make sure to like the video. All right. As more likes we get, the more giveaways we'll be doing. But as far as markets go, I'd like to I can go over what I saw, and let me get my screen up. And yeah, I managed to take some winning trades on my Tradeify accounts, and I passed to my funded futures eval. So that was pretty sweet. Oh yeah, we also had one other, I thought this was a funny question, John. Someone in the chat asked if Prop Firm Match has any plans or intentions to create its own prop firm. I figured we got the co-founder on. We might as well. It's a good time to ask it.
Yeah, no, we do not. No.
Yeah. No. I figured that was the answer, but all right.
And it's not because it's not a viable business model. It's just our niche is prop firm comparison, and we are going to provide a lot more tools to help you in your trading journey, but not compete with the people that we're putting on our site. Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. So yeah, I can go over this overnight trade real quick. So this was the short that I took. Again, I mean, my thought process was, if I go to the higher time frame real quick. So my stop was just above the all-time high. And my thought process, again, this is evals. I would not do this on a funded account. I'm, full disclosure. But my thought process was we had this 1 hour fair value gap. So we don't just look for fair value gaps to hold as support or resistance. I also look to trade into them because it's just a market imbalance or a market inefficiency. Price is often attracted to coming down and retesting those levels. So I was using that as the overall target putting my stop above the all-time high and just making a calculation of which I think is more likely to happen first. Do we make the new all-time high in the overnight session, or do we kind of, revert back to equilibrium, mean revert a little bit? That was the thought process. So I just got short, held it overnight, wasn't even thinking much about it, just had my stops and take profits in place. And yeah, I think I need to make like $8 on these accounts. Well, these are my Tradeify. Let me log into my funded futures real quick. Yeah, I think I need to make like $8 still, so we can try and do that on stream to pass. So that might be fun. But yeah, that was the overnight trade. And then as far as my funded account trades yesterday, so I mean, we tried that short, that didn't work on stream for the evals, but later in the afternoon, I did take one more short. I just, I'm really happy with the way my trading is going lately, where I can just not take a trade on the accounts that matter if the market isn't suiting me. Where 2 years in, 3 years into my trading career, I couldn't do that. Like, I was always going to take a trade no matter what, whether the market conditions were good or bad. You were going to find me pressing the button. And now I really could care less if it's not doing what I want it to do, or I don't think there's anything that's high probability. I'm fine with not taking a trade. I almost welcome it. You know what I mean? Because nowadays I want to put the least amount of risk on every single day and just really pick my spots. That's what's working for me. But you know what? Let me see where I took this trade. I posted it on X. So I have the markup right here. So this was the trade. So I took this around, when was this? 2 p.m., like just before 2 p.m. in the afternoon session. And I recognized a little 1 minute SMT divergence. So again, that's where we talked about the correlations between ES and NQ. One of the things I look for when I'm looking for, it doesn't have to be a full-blown reversal, but even in a situation like this, I know I'm trading like a mean reversion against the trend. I'm not expecting like this to fall down the face of the earth, but we had that SMT divergence. So ES actually made a higher high at this point around 2 o'clock, while NQ just missed it. So there's your price action divergence between the two correlated assets, being ES and NQ. And we had this inversion fair value gap right here. So when I just had that marked out, when we came back to test it on this 1 minute engulfing candle, I just get in, and I always need a target as well. So we had these equal lows, just 1 minute equal lows. Again, this was a 5 minute fair value gap that had been untested so far. So similar to what I did overnight, it's like the same idea. I'm always targeting some type of like double bottom or double tops as a draw on liquidity. Or some type of unmitigated fair value gap, like an imbalance, because I see that as the market is attracted to coming down to filling those open spaces. So that was it. You can see just base hit, I'm really close to payout on these accounts. And again, a couple of years ago, what I would be doing is trying to get it that day. Like I would just be forcing it because I want the payout right now. And now I'm perfectly okay with a $200 day. I don't care if it takes me 3 more days. If I get the payout, I get the payout. That's all that matters. I've had so many examples where I just cannot be patient and I just force a trade when I was so close to a payout. I think it's a pretty common thing. I think a lot of people can find winning trades on a regular basis. And the issue they have is when they start getting closer to that payout or passing that challenge, they just lose patience out of nowhere. And they just force their will on the market, which I've just been burned one too many times. Like I know how that goes. So I'd rather take a base hit and ends green than be trying to force it and end up blowing the accounts. But that was my trade in the PM session. So I think you probably got in, your long was maybe like 30 minutes later from here. Or actually, you took it at 1500 hours?
Yep, Central Time.
Central Time. Okay, so yeah, you took your trade like maybe an hour later back to the long, but you waited for that pullback. You didn't get into a long up here, like FOMOing in.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, it's probably around the same level that you have there at the fair value gap.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was my my PM session trade, and then here, let me just get these execution symbols off real quick. One other thing, actually, speaking of volume profile, yesterday, I think I mentioned this this naked point of control that was up here, and I said like I don't know if it's going to reach there today, and it actually did. So this is the naked point of control from Friday, October 10th, from that sell-off day. So we finally erased the whole sell-off. And we actually have been finding some resistance right here at that naked point of control. And it lines up perfectly with the previous day's point of control, which I think is kind of interesting. So speaking of today's price action, I think there's no news again. This week is like really slow on the economic calendar for USD news. So I don't know. I'm thinking I could use the previous day's point of control as like a line in the sand. I do that often on bias. So if we can break back above it, I think longs to all-time highs makes perfect sense. But if we could build bearish structure and hold below the POC, I'm seeing a lot of imbalance down here. This last price leg up that we made, at the open yesterday is actually pretty low volume, which you can see that on the volume profile. So we could rotate lower and erase that move when there was low volume in it pretty easily. So I think there could be a short opportunity, but I'm still a little more neutral. But I'm ready to take a short if it presents. Do you agree, disagree? What are you thinking for directional bias?
Yeah, I'd have to jump into the charts. I have no idea until the charts kind of tell me. But yeah, the market's going up. So yeah, my initial thought is maybe we get a small pullback and we head higher. But let's see. I'll mark up my charts here. Yeah, one thing, like, so it's really interesting doing the stream, and this is why I like talking about my trading. Like, my thought process yesterday, and maybe I'm not saying everyone do a stream or just have an accountability buddy, because my thought process yesterday was like, oh, I want to be green so like I can go to the stream the next day and say green. Like, so I was less I wanted to stick to my rules more. Like, either I wanted to say I stuck to my rules or I was green. So I think holding yourself accountable or having someone hold you accountable is really important in trading, because when you're left to your own devices, you probably won't hold yourself accountable. So anyway, just thought to mention that. That was
good caveat for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll go through this. So again, I call this my intraday levels. So regular trading hours high, regular trading hours low, previous day close. Then we have, so the open, don't have the open yet. Then let's look at yesterday's value. And feel free to ask questions about my strategy, or if you want to know more about what I'm doing, I'm happy to elaborate.
Yeah, chat, that goes for you guys as well. Any questions for John when he's on? I think is super helpful. Somebody did ask when do you find time to trade, which isn't about the strategy, but I think you went over it the first time we spoke, but maybe they weren't here. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So yesterday I was actually really busy within PFM. There was quite a bit to do. So I only ended up trading the last 30 minutes of the day, which is fine. That actually sometimes is better for me, because at that point I feel like I really understand what the market's trying to do. Sometimes I have an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, it depends, but usually, the day's pretty busy, so I only get like an hour a day to trade.
Do you ever, like, on the days that it's super busy, are you ever like itching to take the trade and you're trying to rush back, or are you good on just like, it's fine, if I miss a day, I miss a day?
Yeah, so that's a great point. So one of my rules is I can't trade if I'm distracted. I've tried it, but it's like my mind like wants to explode because like when I'm focusing on the charts and I can't pull my full focus for at least a certain period of time, and I'm also trying to answer someone over here, like that doesn't work, because first of all, I'm not giving that person my full attention and they're waiting on me on something. And then second, I'm not giving the charts my full attention. So I'm bound to make a mistake. So one of my rules, if I'm distracted, I just don't trade. So yesterday I was very willing to not trade at all, even though like I saw some really nice setups, because I was actually working and I noticed something on the chart and I was like, oh, like, damn, like I kind of want to grab this entry. But I knew like I can't do both. And sometimes I just shut off the charts if I get tempted to try to do both.
Yeah.
I just close it. Like I used to, when I'm working now, I don't have the charts up at all. Like I used to sometimes have the charts up, and like, it's possible, but the brain can only do so much. Like,
Yeah, it's a total distraction, man. From my experience, I could just be like, all right, now my work is not that good and my trading's not that good. So I'm just like, I'm half-assing everything here, trying to do both.
yeah, exactly. What does Ron Swanson say? Don't half-ass one thing, full-ass one.
Well, yeah.
I watch The Office and Parks and Rec.
Dude, I've watched a good amount of Parks and Rec, but yeah, The Office, I don't even know how many times I've watched it.
Oh man, I have it on repeat. Cool. So this is ES. So I'll quickly do like a quick analysis on ES. So right now, we're in yesterday's value. So we're right in the middle of yesterday's value, and we're in the upper end of yesterday's range. So yeah, and the overnight session is previous day close. Yeah, the overnight session is pretty much neutral. Like we had up, we're like right in the middle of the previous day close. So like this, unless I start looking at my levels, my volume profile levels, this is like, I wouldn't touch anything in the market right now. I have no idea. And so let me do NQ real quick, and I'll do the same. I think NQ will probably be a similar story. I'm thinking of automating this, but like it's funny, like me just moving my lines, like it mentally prepares me for the market.
Yeah,
like I think I could go to AI and say, AI, draw up these levels for me every day, and it'll probably do it. Like I could do a Pine script, but like me manually doing it just puts me in the zone of like understanding the market.
yeah, I agree. I think you get deeper context because I'm similar for the most part, especially the volume profile levels. Like I could definitely get something to automate that, but I don't know. I just think we get a good, we get a little bit of a deeper look when we're doing it ourselves. You got to put in the work.
Yeah, for sure.
Dino's asking, how do you use the full volume profile? Do you focus more on previous day or previous week? Do you have like a preference on what you think is more valid?
I focus on, well, I use both previous price history and the previous day. So the way I use the previous day, similar to how you use it, Zach, is just to understand, like, are we above value? Are we below value? And that might give me a little bit of a bias. And then when I use previous price history, which I'll get into right after this, that's when I go to even a year back. Like I'll use levels from a year back.
And you're pulling that with the fixed range profiles, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I could give probably like a beginner's course or like a crash course on how I use, on how to get started with the strategy. So let's see.
Hey man, that could be an interesting thing. I don't know if you'd even have the time, but maybe when the prop firm match Discord pops up.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, but yeah, I'll be talking about the strategy a lot in the stream. So if you're interested, just keep watching, and you'll probably pick up what I'm doing and learn more about the strategy as I go over it. But yeah, same with NQ. So this is NQ. This is the previous day close. So the overnight session is really neutral. We're right at the previous day close. We're in yesterday's value and at the upper end of yesterday's range. So yeah, this is really wait and see what the market does from this perspective. But what I'll do now, what will give me the full context is my levels, my ranges basically. So let me look at the 4 hour, because the 4 hour will give me a lot of good information. So this is ES on the 4 hour. And right, so here's a range that I don't have drawn up, but it's a good range. So this is something I do before every trading session as well. I go through all the time frames and just see if there's a range that I missed. And I did see this yesterday, this right here. So like, this isn't bad, but we have this huge candle right here, which I'm inclined to include. But for now, I'll leave that one out. I don't think. So what I look for when I draw ranges is just a rectangle, like, you know, like the low of the candle and the high of the candle and some sideways price action.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It needs to be a defined range though, right?
Yes. Yep. And this is where it's nuanced, because technically, like, I bet you if I include this large candle, it wouldn't change much. Let's try it. So like, I'll draw this out here. And let me try to include. Yeah, it changes it quite a bit. So yeah, I'm inclined not to use this large candle and just use more of this. And so on a lower time frame, it's probably a bit more clear, where this large candle probably has an end to it. But because I'm on the 4 hour, it's just one large candle. But either way, you can see here, like, where do we hold? We hold the POC, like right here. We're holding this POC.
Interesting. So you kind of see like a break and retest right there of that range's point of control.
Yeah, exactly. So on the 4 hour, like if I go to the 5 minute time frame, like, yeah, the fact that we haven't revisited these lows makes me think that we might come back down, but we could also very well go back up here. So that's one piece of information that I look at.
So I have a question about that then. So I know we're inclined to be more bullish, but let's say price does come down and retest those lows first. Are you interested in getting into a long after price has like swept those lows, but then it holds that level? Are you really bullish, or are you then like waiting for maybe more information to get into a long? Like, would you want to see it go higher first, or would you be getting in there?
Yeah, what I would want to see as a buyer is us come down, break this, come back in, and then retest it here.
Got you. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but if we just go straight up here, then I don't know. I'd have to get more information. If we rock it up here, like, that just means the market is just in full bull mode, and I wouldn't mess with buyers up here, or like I wouldn't go against buyers even if we did get up here.
Got you. Also, a couple people in the chat asked, when is Darius coming on? He'll be on at 9:30, guys. So that'll be a good one. That'll be a good conversation. I'm excited for that one. But yeah, 9:30 a.m. So like an hour from now, a little less than an hour.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, we have some really good guests. I saw Claudia yesterday. That was really
yeah, she was really good. You know what's crazy is she's only been trading a year, but I'm telling you, bro, like when she was talking about her strategy with ICT, I was like, damn, you sound like someone that's been trading ICT for 3 or 4 years. Like, it was really impressive, actually.
Yeah. There's a lot of great information now about trading. I mean, it's just like putting in the time, and I think intuition is something that maybe a lot of traders might not talk about. Some might, but along with your strategy, I think watching the market, at least for a certain period of time, gives you intuition about what to expect. I use intuition a lot in my trading. It's just like, how is the market moving? Like, it's like if you're playing a game, right? Like if you're playing, I like basketball. So like if I'm playing basketball, you know your opponent, you know how they move. And so that clues you in intuitively of what you need to do, right? Same with the markets. If the markets have a lot of momentum, if the markets are crawling, like there's a movement to the market that gives you information as well as to like, will my levels be hit? Will they be respected? All these things. And this is something I think is important as a trader as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like you can do a lot of studying, and studying is great. And you're right. There's so much information out there, and there's a lot of like honestly quality education that people are putting out completely for free. Um, how long have you been trading actually, John? Like when did you start? Because I started in 2020, which is when a lot of people started. And even from 2020 until now, I've seen like such an increase in quality education that's out there. I think a lot of like because retail trading it's always been around, but it's really blown up in the last 5 to 10 years. And I feel like with that, the people that are teaching have also gotten better at trading retail. Like I feel like I've been watching people grow, like the whole space. But yeah, just interested, like if you've noticed that and how long when you got started.
Yeah, for sure. So I got started like I started with crypto at the end of 2021, but I'd say like starting to learn trading probably mid 2022 uh,
Okay.
when I joined the chart guys. And so I feel like I've been trading for about 3 years now. 2 years was fully dedicated to trading, and then started prop firm match. Um, so maybe, yeah, a little, maybe 3 years and a half I've been trading, probably closer to 4. Um, but yeah, I do agree. I think with the crypto boom, it enticed a lot of like people to get into trading.
That's what got
Like,
me.
yeah, same. Like a lot of people like have a computer, so trading is way more accessible, right? Trading View, like anybody can get Trading View and start analyzing charts. And yeah, I do think trading just became more accessible, like with kind of like a digital boom. I remember when I was really young and I wanted to get into trading. This was when I was like, this was probably like 18 years ago, 20 years ago. And I remember wanting to get into trading and having to go through a broker and pay a fee to get into a trade. And I was like, first of all, I don't know if the market's going to go in my direction, but I have to pay someone to enter the trade for me. And it was just very cumbersome. It was like,
So many barriers to entry.
yeah, so many barriers. Now, like you can open up, I have a Webull account with my own capital, and like I just open up Webull and I take a trade and I don't have to worry about anything. Or like, yeah, prop firm, you open up a prop firm, take a trade. You're not dealing with brokers, you're dealing with yourself. And you pay commission for a trade, like a small commission, but that's it. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
It really democratized trading, like the ability to trade retail from your home. I also think we can't discount how much of an impact the pandemic had. I think the pandemic was huge. Like people at home, out of work, or just bored. Maybe a lot of people started working from home in the pandemic, so you have a little bit more freedom to maybe work on other things too. And yeah, I think that was also a major factor. But
Yeah,
that's interesting. So you've probably seen it grow in just those 3 years too.
I have. Like I've seen ICT grow like a
Yeah.
lot. Like that's a like a buzzword in the trading industry now, ICT. And I've seen that grow. I haven't seen volume profile grow as much,
No.
which
Yeah.
like I think it's a great strategy. Like I really like it, and I'm excited to share more about it. Like if people are interested. Um, but yeah, like and also like the GameStop like situation, crypto, GameStop, like everyone started to learn about trading, right? And Robinhood, like
Yep.
all this
Yep.
stuff. So yeah, it's been interesting, and I think that's why the prop firm space is positioned so well, because now traders like I'm a big advocate for prop firms. One, because as you're learning, and I think I might have mentioned this before, as you're learning as a trader, like you won't want to risk your own capital, like and at the same time, like to day trade with some platforms you need like 25K just to be a day trader. So
Yeah. Especially if you're trading like stocks.
yeah, exactly. So like first, prop firms to me has like a psychological benefit where you're risking a little bit more than just paper trading. Like paper trading to me did not work because I had no skin in the game. I
Yeah.
did not care. I was like, oh, this might work. Oh, this might work, and just hitting my mouse, hitting the button on my mouse, and that's it. When you invest in a prop firm account, that's like a commitment to yourself. You're saying, okay, I'm putting up whatever, $50, $100, 150, and I know I need to be more serious about passing this challenge. I need to focus, yeah, my strategy, and yeah. So Yeah, that's why I'm an advocate for for prop firms.
Dude, no, completely. Like I was trading when I initially started, I was using personal account like on crypto exchanges. And I don't know if I probably eventually would have figured out risk management, but like that's another benefit of the prop firms. They kind of force you to start looking at, okay, I can risk 1% of my account balance, or, start thinking about, do I want to trade like a high R multiple? Do I want to risk one to make three? Like these are things I traded for a year before prop firms, and I didn't think about any of that stuff until they kind of forced it upon you. So I think, you just kind of, those barriers are really helpful. And the cool thing about prop firms too is I think they're good for both types of traders. They're amazing for newer traders because, again, your risk is capped at your evaluation fee or whatever your case is. And you're forced to learn through some strict guidelines. Sometimes rules are a little more strict than people would say is fair, but I think it's a net benefit because you're being forced to actually learn how to trade. And then on top of that, though, the great thing about it is if you do learn through prop firms, you can make money. Like I'm somebody who's done really well with prop firms, and I started from a beginner trader, learning on them, learning how to trade with them, to the point of, being able to do really well with it. So I just think what's great is that they're a net positive for newer traders and seasoned traders. Like everybody, it's like a catch-all.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I can go more into my story too, like where I'm at with prop firms. Like, so I'm using Top Step. I've passed many challenges, but I also have this thing where when I pass a challenge, I want to get a payout quickly and I end up
Yeah.
blowing it.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
for me, passing challenges is pretty straightforward. So now I'm looking forward to just passing it and getting to the payout. But what I did, so I got, and this was a really interesting learning lesson for me. So I I got kind of tired of using simulated funds because I was just making a lot of money in simulated funds and challenges. And I was like, you know what? I got this. I got this. I'm just going to use my own account. And I was doing well. I was doing really well with my own account. And I made a big mistake. And I'm not afraid to admit it because I think as traders, we have a lot of learning lessons that keep putting us in check. And in a way, I don't want to say I'm grateful for this, but I feel like it might have it could have happened or would have happened maybe at some other point. But I ended up using my own account and over leveraging on my worst day. So I traded on my worst day, my worst time, and I over leveraged, and I ended up, kind of doing pretty bad that day. So now,
Recipe for disaster.
yeah, exactly. So now I'm back on prop firms. This happened fairly recently where I'm like, all right, I'm back on the prop firm train, and I'm doing fine with prop firms. Close to passing a challenge. I did run into that situation you mentioned, Zach, where I was very close to passing, and I was like, all right, and then I ended up going backwards a little bit because like once you're at the finish line, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, let me just get this last bit, and then you end up doing something silly.
Dude, it's so real. I've done it countless times. Like I'm not, speaking like, oh, you're crazy if you do that. I'm saying it's so easy to do it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So like all these lessons, like it's just showing me like, yeah, just take it one day at a time. Like, and be happy. Like be happy day to day and just take it one day at a time because trading like from experience, trading has affected my mood. And
Yeah.
I'm at a point where it's not worth it anymore.
Yes, dude.
Like,
Yes, bro. I don't want to cut you off, but I went through the exact same thing. And this is actually when I started seeing a lot more success. I said, I literally can't emotionally and mentally afford to let my trading performance day to day affect the rest of my life. Like, I remember having this conversation with me, and I think a lot of people go through this and it's not talked about enough. Like, you have to detach from the outcome at least on a day-to-day basis. Like if you want to do this successfully, you do have to focus on, is this working month over month? Like you have to pay attention to your P&L. I'm not saying you don't care, but day to day, you really got to learn how to like be able to detach because it can really mess up other areas of your life if you're not cautious of it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I echo that 100%. Like, that feeling, those emotions that I have, like when I let trading get to me, like I have a wife and a kid. Like I don't want to bring that to them. And I'm very aware. And it's like, I have a 1-year-old now, and like I'm super aware. I'm like, I don't want to bring this anxiousness, this like weird energy around him. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I know my strategy. I know I have some rules. Like, whatever. If it doesn't play out that day for me, that's fine. Like, I have the next day. So yeah, these are like maturing. Like as a trader, I think there's a maturity to it too that you get, and it's way more healthy. Like it's like more sane. Um, so yeah, that's my my TED talk. Like,
Dude, I mean, what a great way, because I know you got to leave soon at 9. It's a great way to begin to wrap it up. I also have a kid on the way. So these are things I
right.
think about. Like, dude, I have to I can't be like annoyed because the NASDAQ made a new all-time high and I was trying to short it and then bring that home to my, my fiance and my daughter. Like I just can't do that, bro. It's silly. But I think
Yeah.
a lot of people like you need a few years. I think a lot of people are just going to go through that in like year 1 and 2. And this is why most people like the learning curve, most people like quit after a year or two because there's two types of people that they recognize that you're going through that and they say, I can't do this. It's just not worth it. And
Mhm.
those are mentally healthy people. They decide that it's just not worth it. And then you have stubborn people. And I think the traders that make it work, we're kind of stubborn. Um, but you can make it
It-
work. You can be stubborn and make it work, but you got to be focused.
yeah, I used to play video games a lot growing up, and I
Yeah.
always wanted to beat the game. Like, so I do have that stubbornness. I'm like, okay, I've beaten every game I've played. I can beat trading. Like, but it's a little different. Like, you can't. It's a highly competitive sport. Like James Dalton always says this. You're thrown into the market with the best competitors in the world. Like there's no other sport like that. Usually like you'll practice, you'll go to training before you compete with the best in the world. In the market, you're thrown in with the best traders in the world. Like it's, there's a learning curve. You're going to have to adjust. Like so, it's but I wouldn't do anything else. Like trading to me is like that I don't know if I want to call it a game, but it's like that. It's such a cool challenge for me that I like showing up every day and working on myself, working on my strategy. It's just a really cool way to engage my mind. So yeah, that's the reason I like it.
Same, man. No, I love it. Like as soon as I found it, I just was like, wow, this is my thing. Like I just knew it, and in order to keep doing it, I had to make certain concessions with myself, the things we just talked about. Like if I want to keep doing this, if I like it, then I have to make it work for my life, and yeah, I just couldn't agree more, man. That was an awesome conversation to wrap up this segment. I know you got to head off soon, John. I don't want to keep you too long. And guys, what we're going to do while John is heading off, we're going to get the first giveaway going. I want to do a Tradeify giveaway, so we'll get that going in a moment. But I just want to say peace to John. I think you'll be back on Thursday.
On Thursday. Yep. I'll be back.
Thursday, awesome. So looking forward to that, man. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on as always, bro.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely. Take care, bro.
See you. Bye.
Peace. All right, guys, let's get this going. How we doing? Yeah, awesome conversation with John, man. I love talking trading with him. Seriously, I think we have similar mindsets. We really do. So shout out John in the chat, guys. Shout out John. How's everyone doing though? Yeah, I'm super excited about today's stream. Like I said, we got Tradeify to give away. So I want to do a Tradeify giveaway, but this is what we need. This is what I need from you guys. Okay. We got 56 likes on the stream at the moment. Can we get that up to, let's go incrementally. Can we get that up to 65 likes? And then we'll run a Tradeify giveaway, which is my favorite prop firm is Tradeify. So I'm pretty hyped for this one. Also, I saw my buddy Josh Garcia was in the chat. He said he learned how to trade prop firms from me. I just wanted to say thanks for the kind words, bro. I'm super happy that I'm seeing you do well. So that's awesome to see, man. But yeah, John's the man. So yeah, let's get this up to 65. Is it done already? That was quick. Damn. Okay. All right. We did it. We're at 66. Keep them coming too, guys. Keep the likes coming. But all right, let's do this. I believe the Tradeify accounts are the growth. Let me just double check on that real quick. Yeah, they're growth accounts. So, all right, fam. We want to do a Tradeify 50K growth account. 1 sec. Let me get this. Let me fix this real quick. $50K growth account. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. I want you to type in the chat Tradeify to enter. And guys, I want to say, remember, a couple of things to remember. If the country you're from is restricted from trading with Tradeify, then you're not going to be able to get the account. Okay. And there's nothing we can do for you. All right. I just want everyone to understand that. Double check that your country is allowed to trade with Tradeify prop firm before you enter the giveaway. All right. Most countries are allowed to trade with Tradeify, but there's a few that can't. So double check on that before you enter, and we'll get this giveaway going. And also, if you won an account so far this week, you can only win once per week. So that's the one last thing I just want to make sure you guys know. You can only win one account each week. All right, let's get these entries in. Let's do it. Keep them coming, guys. Listen, if somebody gets a payout with Tradeify from a giveaway account, I will personally interview you if you would be comfortable with that. That would be awesome. Remember, only one entry per person, guys. If you do a bunch, it doesn't matter. You know, we're going to be able to make sure that you only get one entry per person. Get this going. All right, at 9:03, we'll finish the entries. So you have until 9:03. You got 20 seconds left. Yeah, Tradeify is my favorite prop firm for sure. I'm comfortable saying that. All right. Yeah, keep those entries coming, guys. I'm going to get this in here. And real quick, we're going to do a real quick bathroom break. And when I get back, I will announce the winner. So stay tuned. Don't leave. I'll be gone for maybe like 2-3 minutes. And then we will announce the winner. So I'll be 2 seconds, guys. All right, we back, guys. Told you real quick. All right, let's get this going. Let me get that music back on real quick. And we'll do this giveaway for Tradeify. I'm super hyped for this one. Who's ready? What do we want to do? Pinwheel or duck race? Let me know, fam. Entries are done, so you don't need to keep entering, but let me know. Pinwheel or duck race? What do you guys want to do? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? So many entries today. I love it. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of spin. All right, I'm seeing more spin today. We'll do spin. I'm all good for that. Let's see how many entries we got today. Damn, we got 96. That's a lot. No duplicates either. All right, guys, remember, like the video for more giveaways. Make sure to like the stream. But all right, let's run this. Got my chart up, right? Okay, let's get the pinwheel on. This is going to be a fun one. We got 90 names. All right, ready, guys? Look at Shivam right there at the top. Always there, always there. Remember, guys, if you want an account this week, you're not going to be able to claim your account. So please, there's no point in entering if you already want an account this week. And last thing, again, if your country is not allowed to be, if you can't trade with Tradeify from your country, there's also nothing we can do in that situation, okay? So please make sure that your country is not restricted. But all right, let's run this. Who's it going to be? Boom. All right, we got Mob FX. Mob, M-O-B-B FX. Please let me know in the chat you're here, okay? You have won a Tradeify growth account, 50K. Big W for Mob FX. Let us know you're in the chat, my brother, and this is how you're going to claim it, okay? So what you're going to do is you are going to DM me on X, okay? My handle is IamZarb on X. So I want you to DM me, and then I'll hook you up with proper match support, and they'll get you set up with your account. But that's how you're going to claim your account, okay? So let me get you in here. Okay, so make sure you DM me on X, brother. Should we run one more? You guys want to do a duck instead? Dino's saying duck. Dude, it's going to be wild with 90 names in the duck race. Should we run it on the duck race? I mean, I'm down. Whatever you guys want to do, you know? Okay, we're getting duck. Josh said cuck. All right, we'll do a duck. We'll do a duck race. I'm all for it. All right, we'll get that going. We'll get these names copied again. And guys, remember, we have a DariusFX coming on in like 15, 20 minutes. So that's going to be a fire conversation. That'll be a good one. I know some of you are probably in here to see Darius. All right, we'll do duck race now. Okay, let's get our names in. Boom. All right, we're going to do 30 seconds, fam. Remember, guys, I'm just going to say it before we do every giveaway. If your country is not allowed to trade with Tradeify, then you're not going to be able to get the accounts. Number two, if you've already won a giveaway this week, so once per week, then you're not going to get the account. So just remember that before you enter. And okay, let's do this. So we got 30 seconds. Set. Here we go. All right, let's run it, guys. Web3's in the lead right now, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Someone's going to come up from behind. Look, see, it's Zach Hive. I'm calling it. Oh, damn. All right, there we go. Juliet Arian, you are the winner. That's it for a Tradeify 50K growth account. Juliet Arian. Please let us know you're in the chat. Juliet Arian. Let us know you're in the chat, my friend. And remember, to claim your account, what you're going to do is you are going to DM me at IamZarb on X, okay? So just put that in the chat. Congratulations. Congratulations. Really lucky. Don't worry. We got, I think we're giving away 5 of those today. So, and we have other accounts. We still have, what do we have? Let me double check. We got a few. So no worries, guys. We got giveaways today. Yeah, we're giving away 4 25K Elite Top 1 Futures accounts. We're giving away 4 Blue Guardian 25K Standard accounts. And we got 3 more Tradeify we can give away. So we're chilling. All right, and if you guys have DM'd me, just remember, it's after the stream we handle it all. So congratulations. But all right, I mean, guys, look at this market right now. So listen, if this was happening at 9:30, I probably would have been into a short looking for these lows. I'm still down for something like that. Like, I'm super interested in getting a market sell-off today. Also get midnight price up. Ooh, so midnight is above us. That's interesting. I was expecting midnight price. Well, I don't know why I would have been expecting midnight to be below, actually. That's interesting. So we have midnight right above. So technically, we could be looking for longs up to midnight, which would go in line with the trend. So that's interesting. So maybe we get a move up. I don't know, guys. I still just feel like we could get a nice sell-off today. I really do. Like, if we could hold below the previous day's point of control, we move down to the value area low. I think that would be solid. I'll definitely take trades on my Tradeify account, which I'm super close to pay out on. Again, I need like 400 more bucks, something like that. And I do got to make $8 on these my funded futures accounts to pass officially. So maybe we'll try and do that first. We'll try and get that $8. Yeah, Juliet, nice to see you. Thanks for letting us know that you're in the chat. What you're going to do is DM me on X at IamZarb. I just typed it in the chat. So find me on X, send me over a DM, and after the stream, we'll get it all taken care of for you. All right, chat. If you had to pick a bias for today, are you going bullish or bearish? Let me know. I see some people. Josh was just closed a short, so it looks like you made some money on a short. That's nice. If you had to pick bullish or bearish, what did I just say? Bullish or bearish bias? Let me know in the chat. Pratish, just so you know, when we give away these futures accounts, there's no monthly fee for you. Just so you know. Okay, we're getting a lot of bears in the chat. Interesting. Okay, cool. A lot of bears. Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just keep waiting for this market to sell off. I really do. Can you help me understand contract sizes in futures? Yeah, so here's the best piece of advice I can give you to learn. First off, there's 2 different types of contracts you can trade, either micros or minis. Micros are the smaller contract size. So think of that as like if you're trading lots, you have like one standard lot is like a bigger position, where if you're trading like 0.1 lots, that's 1/10 of one standard lot. Similar in that regard. So you can either trade minis or micros. Micros are the smaller contract size where you'll risk less. Minis are the bigger. So right now I'm on the micro NASDAQ. So I'm trading the micro contracts. Best thing I could do to help you, my friend, is just play around with the risk calculator in Tradeivate or in TradingView. I think that's the best way to help you learn the contract sizes. Like, you can literally just play around. So for example, if I trade 5 micros, wait, why am I not doing that in here? Let's say I trade 5 micros, right? I could find out, let's say my stop loss, I want my stop loss to be 25 ticks on the micro NASDAQ. It'll tell me right there, my risk is $125. So with 5 micros, 25 ticks equals $125. If I want my take profit to be, let's say, 50 ticks, now that would be double, right? So my take profit would be, what is that? 50. Hold on. Here we go. So if I put it up here, that's the point. I would know 25 ticks, 125 stop loss. So play around with the risk calculator that's right inside TradingView. That is probably the best way to go about it. In Project X, if I click buy, is it 1 micro or 1 mini? You have to trade on, so that's where the contract comes in. So your ticker name. So if your ticker has an M before the name of the asset, then you're trading the micros. So for example, this is the micro MNQ, micro NASDAQ. If I wanted to trade the minis, I would have to go to the chart and type in NQ instead of MNQ. And I would go to NQ. Now I'd be trading minis. So it's the same thing for Project X. And remember, guys, we got like 10 minutes until we got DariusFX coming on. So I'm chilling right now until then. I'm not going to take a trade until 9:30 open. There's just not much for me to do until then. I do like lower. So it looks like most of the chat is also bearish. That's interesting. Hey, guys, no spamming in the chat, please. Don't spam here. We're here for answering real questions and helping people. No spamming. Tarak, what is my role in Prop Firm Match? I'm host of Prop Firm Match TV. That's it. I don't work like on the inside of Prop Firm Match or anything like that. You know, I run the stream, I interview the guests, and I take live trades Monday through Friday here. Hey, Benjamin says he received his account from his giveaway. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, and if it's your first trade in futures, Dharmesh, I'd say trade the micros, please. Trade micro NASDAQ. Just trade 1 micro. Learn how you know the NASDAQ moves, how the contract sizing works. Like, just practice. That's my advice for you. And good luck. And good luck to you too, Benjamin. I do think we're going to go a little bit lower. What I would love to see, the market, like, I don't know. I don't want to see it just sell off. I'd like to see something like this. Some type of reversion back up. Maybe we can engage midnight price, and then we can look for sells. I would love that. And then our target would be just to fill this imbalance. We could look at previous day's value area low. I don't think it's a bad short idea today. But listen, if it wants to go up, I will take it long. I just think that if we go to the 4-hour, we have 2 4-hour fair value gaps. So, okay, we are inside a bullish fair value gap right now. So if it does want to bounce from here and make a new all-time high, that's a reality that could happen for sure. But we have another 4-hour fair value gap just below. So the market might be more inclined to fill this open space as well before we could really push up. Which in that situation, I'd be happy to trade down towards this 4-hour fair value gap, which would be coming in at like 25,209. And again, as long as we hold below the previous day's point of control, that could be my line in the sand. Now, if we break above the previous day's point of control, though, with strength, then we could just look for maybe a more clear momentum play to the upside. So Suhail says there's a big short trade coming or a big sell coming. I think there could be. Just follow Zach for good trades with your confirmation. Take trades. Really, we clear it phases. Yeah, I mean, you guys can follow my trades. I mean, we've been doing pretty well on stream so far. I will say we've been taking some really good trades on stream. We've been green every day. God damn it. Now that I said that, we're going to be red today. Just watch. I gotta remember not to say that. So no, there will not be a monthly fee if you win a giveaway. You are my inspiration, Zach. Much appreciated, bro. I'm just a normal guy though, trading. I promise you. We have been doing good though. And it's not like it's not like I'm being a guru saying I'm green and just telling people. Like, I'm taking my trades live every day. All right, let me get, we're going to have Darius coming up soon. So how about this, guys? Let's do one more giveaway before Darius comes on. You guys down? Just one. Let's just give away one more account, and then Darius is going to come on at 9:30. So what we'll do is we'll hold off on Tradeify. Let's give away a Blue Guardian standard account, 25K. Just type in the chat Blue Guardian, and I will come back. I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure we get Darius set up. Go ahead and put your entry. As soon as I come back, we will announce the winner. Okay? So let's do that. Type Blue Guardian in the chat, fam. All right, we back. We ready to do one last giveaway before we get Darius in here? All right, we're just going to do a quick pinwheel, okay? Let me just get these entries all taken care of. Hey, we got 62 people watching right now. That's dope. Also, like the video, guys. Throw a like in there. If you want me to run this giveaway real quick before Darius comes in for a Blue Guardian account. Okay. I think we got enough entries in here. And again, I will always say, whenever we do these giveaways, if you won an account this week already, you can't win another account. You can win once per week. On top of that, always make sure that your accounts that you can trade with the particular prop firm in your country, because there are some countries that are restricted, right? So just always want to remind everyone that. Oh, wait, this is not it. Always want to remind everyone that. Make sure if your country is restricted, then you're not going to be able to claim the account. So, all right, let's spin this wheel, though. Who's ready, fam? Ready to spin the wheel? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's run it. Ooh, okay, we got Chart Killer. Chart Killer in the house. Chart Killer, you have won a Blue Guardian Futures account. Let us know you're in the chat. And again, to claim your account, what you're going to do is you are going to DM me on X and we will get you hooked up. All right. So DM me on X and we'll take care of it after the stream. So, all right. We'll get back to the charts. And I think we got Darius in here too. So we'll throw him on. See what we got. And I think we got Darius in here. Yo.
Hello.
Hey.
Good morning, you guys can hear me because I cannot hear you, Zach, to be honest.
You can't hear me? Hold on, let me lower this music real quick.
No, I can only hear you right now if I have it on my phone open, YouTube.
Interesting. I feel like that might be an audio issue on your end if it's coming through on YouTube.
Check. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. It's my fault. Nah, I hear you.
All right, there we go. You can hear me? We good?
Great. Yeah, thank you.
Nice, dude. Welcome, man. It's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Is it afternoon or morning over by you?
Oh, it's afternoon.
Nice. So where are you located? Are you in UK
Austria.
or where are you at? Austria.
Austria.
Oh, cool. Nice, dude. Well,
You're from the US?
Yeah, New York City. I live in Brooklyn.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm super excited to just get you on. We keep this pretty casual, like maybe it's a little interview style, but also we do live trading, just kind of whatever happens, But I'd love to like get started with a little bit about who you are as a trader, where you're from, but like how long have you been trading? What markets do you trade? All that stuff.
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm basically from Austria. I'm trading right now 7 years. And since the last 3 years, I'm trading only gold, and more than likely, I trade gold on the futures market. So I kind of like still trade both because with prop firms, you can like take both worlds, I would say, right now, the futures side and the Forex side. So yeah, I kind of like trade, most people would say kind of like ICT style.
Okay.
I've added a couple of things by myself to it. I'm going more into the depth right now into understanding volume, footprints, things like that. So all of these small tricks have a little bit inside of it, and that helps me a lot to like be better with my trading decision. Yeah.
Dude, interesting, man. So we might trade quite similar then, because I also like foundationally I trade ICT. Liquidity, fair value gaps, like all of the core principles, but I use volume profile. So I'm not using footprints or like bookmap charts, anything like that, but just a standard volume profile that you could pull off of TradingView. I've been using that actually longer than I've been trading ICT. So that's always been a constant in my strategy. I specifically use the previous day's value areas. So like on any given day, you'll see right here on my chart, we have the previous day's point of control, the value area high, value area low. Those are always key levels for me as a trader, even though I use ICT. So what type of outside of the ICT, when you say footprint, what type of footprint charts are you using?
Well, basically, I've been digging into like understanding it right now. Like I'm not so good at it yet. Like I just tried with bookmap currently. It's still a little bit complex, to be honest. But like a little bit cumulative volume delta, things like that. Like I'm digging into it. I'm not too crazy in it. Like I've been just trading right now for a very long time, ICT concept strictly. Currently like also implementing exactly what you said with the volume profiles. So this is also can be very helpful. I'm just trying to like, it's not irritating me like that I don't do stupid decisions. So it's like both worlds show different things sometimes. So understanding exactly what is the highest probability is something where you gotta like, of course, gain more data from to like really settle down.
Yeah, 100%, man. So you trade gold primarily. Any stock indexes, anything like that, like NASDAQ? Yes.
Oh, gold only.
Cool. So
it's easy.
I hear you, bro. What sessions are you trading? Are you like a London session, New York?
Both actually. Like I try to like bank in one of the sessions. Usually when I banked, I stop. But it depends. When I'm motivated, I also like go for both sessions.
Got you. So if you make money in the London session, usually you'll just like, I'm good, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Yeah, I mostly trade New York. London would be quite hard for me on my time zone, you know?
Yeah.
But it'd be tough. But I do know, bro, like gold moves well in London session. It also moves really well in the Asia session, I've noticed.
Yes, that's right. But I cannot be awake in the Asian session, so that's why I have to take it in London, because London, it was like recently, like especially in summer, it was not so good. But right now, since we have this push up since August, this thing is rocking also in the London session a lot.
All right, cool. So are you down to get your charts up? I know. Damn, is gold down 3% today?
Yeah, today it's very, very bearish.
Oh, bro, we got to look at gold. Do you want to get your charts up, and maybe you can go over what you've been seeing?
100%.
Let me know if you need any help. But you just would go to present, and then you can click on share screen at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even realize this, man. Damn, 3% move down in gold. Wow. I mean, it's about time this thing sold off a little bit. That's just my opinion, my humble opinion. Like, if you look at a daily chart, this thing is just up, up, up. Nice. There we go. So you got your screen. I'll pull you up right here.
Yeah, perfectly. All right. So today I even took a short in the London session, but it was so fast the way how it dropped, and I was like by myself a little bit of mixed reviews on what it's gonna do today. So the fact that we're right now like dropping like crazy makes it a little bit difficult to like really come to a trading decision in the NY session. I don't like it if price is like, for instance, right now like at a very low price. So like when I want to take a trade, I want to like see it like accumulating a little bit. So similar to like we had it today here in the Asian session. We've seen it also prior a little bit. Like this is like a beautiful accumulation. So price was stabilizing, was a little bit in a balanced area. Of course, it was also above like here at a new all-time high. And when we have areas like this, I really like to like take a move based on that, because it's rebalancing, everyone is filling up, and then the price can actually go into one direction. And today, yeah, obviously we went lower. By myself, I was a little bit late into it as I missed out on the movement. Kind of like here, once price dropped lower, most people will call me crazy. Hey, yo, why do you take a trade here? But I took the trade specifically when we've been here, because the idea I follow is like we've been accumulating. So what I was expecting is that the price will expand. And if you wait for retest, like most traders do, like I want to come into the order block, whatever, usually it's too late, especially right now, gold, like just it pumps in like in one session at thousands of pips. You gotta like be very fast with the trade and also like execute it that way. So that's why I took the trade in very fast today. It was not so big. It was just only till the lows here, because the momentum was there and I couldn't like hold for longer. Then here you see beautiful reaccumulation, and then we're back like expanding. And that's exactly for me like a scenario where it's a little bit difficult to really take a trade now, because I would expect now rather than accumulation than some serious movement. Although we have right now New York Stock Exchange open, something might happen, but I would not clarify this as the highest probability. Now, of course, we could have good chances to see price dropping a little bit lower. But yeah, I would just not take a trade now based on that, because momentum is kind of like, there was already good opportunities. If it's now like settled down a little bit, something like this, we can think about an opportunity to see then, okay, where is the liquidity? How much do they really put in on the table here to like move the market? Or is it now like the worst price action like to step into? It could be like, very crazy to go into it.
Yeah, because those days where we just expand straight to a drawn liquidity, a lot of times, like what you're saying is we could just end up going into a consolidation now for a little while, like seek and destroy profile. But would you say you're more of a trend trader or a mean reversion trader if you had to pick?
When I have to pick, to be honest, I try to like follow usually the higher time frame. Like this is like from there I have my bias. And even though the market will be like bearish at that day, I can still like find at least a movement to like go into that direction. I mean, because gold like moves a lot. So if we just look, for instance, the past days on gold, it doesn't matter if you would think it's gonna go down. If you would think it's gonna go up, almost all days, even though you have like here the crazy bearish days like this one, you could still like take a trade based on that, and at least like a part of it. Because I try to like be just inside of a session. Like, I don't know if ICT uses that specific kill zone, but I use it the way how I have it here in my charts. It's basically just 2 hours in the London session, and that's my movement. So it's and it should be based on the movement of the direction of the market. Today it was like, I would still say I was more bullish overall, but because of the momentum and everything was bearish, then I also like go towards that direction. Like, I don't just primarily go only to that direction, but it's like based on statistics, if you are bullish on the day on gold, you have a higher chance to like you're correct about it. So.
Yeah, lately, man. I mean, this daily chart is like insane. So you do well. You do well in a market that the daily chart is just expanding. Because from my personal experience, it's some of the toughest for me because I'm always waiting for, especially trading ICT. I'm always waiting for some higher time frame fair value gap to get filled to the downside, or maybe we left some equal lows. And I'm at a point now. I mean, I've been trading 5 years, so I've been through this cycle so many times that I know to not just blindly short a market that's making all-time highs, but it's still hard for me to just get on board every day, day after day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
But you don't have that issue. You're saying if market's expanding on that daily chart, I'm good. Just like take the first opportunity for a buy and let it run.
100%. Like for me, the hardest time was more than likely during this phase, because I was not so good with the daily bias. It was a lot accumulating. Since we broke out of it, it was for me much easier because I really don't care to like jump on it. Like, I don't just use, like, for instance, most people just wait always for on the lower time frame, like, hey, I want to see break in structure, whatever. It's okay. I like, for instance, exactly like we have it right now, like this momentum, like when you have like candles like this. Now, of course, it usually breaks also some form of structure, but when we have like momentum like this is like usually what the market tends to go for. Like right now, if I'm looking at the charts, like that was like kind of my analysis today, pre-market. I was like, hey, the market is here. Like here we have a beautiful accumulation. So from my point of view, like this is when they engage a lot. So that's what they test. They're retesting it. And because I'm still bullish, like now I'm not so bullish anymore because market is like crazy. Like it moved already too much. So it didn't happen. Like for instance, recently. So it's not why I'm so crazy bullish anymore. So I'm kind of like neutral right now. If it's right now going to be a bullish day or more bearish day. So that's why I don't try to like mess up things usually in a phase like this. But I would say, because we have here an accumulation, this could be an area where they re-engage, and once they have like momentum on their side, it could be a nice, beautiful trade to like take longs. I mean, look at this candle right now. Like this is crazy. That's the engagement right now from them. Like, of course, the opening of the market, and usually if this direction aligns and also with the bias you have for the day, it's beautiful to like trade that. But today is like exactly like a day where it's not so easy to really tell, like, because it dropped already so much today. So why should it now really like respect all of this area?
Yeah, no, that's perfectly well said. Yeah, damn, I have a lot of questions actually. Real quick though, guys, I do want to remind everyone today, we've been giving out some Tradeify accounts, which is new. Tradeify sponsoring the stream today. But if you don't win a giveaway, I just want to remind everyone, you could use code MATCH. Let me make sure. MATCHGC. MATCHGC, and you will get a better offer than anywhere else right now. You'll get the best discount possible using MATCHGC on Tradeify, and that's only for today. So if you want to take advantage, just make sure, guys. But yeah, one of my questions for you, Darius, is you trade ICT and you primarily trade gold. So I really like to use SMT divergence on ES and NQ. Do you have any instrument to use SMT on gold?
No.
Like I've heard some people say they could use silver, but I've always been like, I don't know if that really makes sense. Yeah.
That doesn't make no sense. That's why I'm not using SMT divergence.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I wanted to clarify that because I've heard some people say you could use gold, and I'm like, they're not really the same instrument. Like ES and NQ are way more correlated than gold and silver.
Yeah, like there's an option to like use like DXY to like understand when it's volatile. Like the same principle with understanding when the market is in the accumulation phase and when it's expanding, and then you like kind of like co-check that, so to like anticipate the volatility when it's gonna kick in. Like for this is what I've been testing, but I'm not using it because it's, I don't know, it's an additional complexity that it adds up, and it's like, if you like it, I want to keep it basic and simple, and once you see the momentum on the charts, that's what I'm looking in the lower time frame. I'm not there to like, hey, this has to happen, breaking structure and so on. Like it's nice, but primarily it's the momentum. Once you see that, and now, I mean, for instance, very easy and simple, if you want to buy, right, and you check out here what happened previously, you have no momentum. Like none of these are like even relevant or something. Like even though those small candles, like it doesn't really make sense. When you see things like that, and if that's overlapping with the price of interest you have for the day, and with that for you to take the trade on. But it could be also like every single time a form of manipulation, inducement. That's why I'm skeptical, for instance, today about it. So that's why I don't want to touch it yet.
It makes sense. And you've already made money on the shorts today. So again, no need to push it, right?
We got to take a trade today, right?
Dude, I mean, I'm ready, bro. I'm super close to pay out on these Tradeify accounts. So I do want to trade today. I keep saying this. Yesterday was rough though, bro, on the NASDAQ. All we did was just go up with no pullback. One of the things I like to use, I could give you a little bit more detail on it, kind of how I look at price. So I primarily trade NASDAQ, and I'll look at the ES just to correlate. I look for things like SMT divergence, and I incorporate volume profile. So one of the tools that I use though is the midnight open price. And I really like using the midnight open as a simple gauge on whether the market is in a premium or discount of like the daily trading range. So, you know, simple premium and discount concepts generally. And again, this is not black and white, but generally I have an easier time shorting when the market is above the midnight open in those first, like maybe the first hour or two. There's really a window for this because then if the market's going to expand, we can't expect to just stay on one side of midnight all day, but generally in the first like hour or two of the open, using midnight as a gauge to short if we're above and long if we're below is really helpful for me. I was kind of calling this though. So right now we have the previous day's point of control and we broke below it. And we have this 4-hour fair value gap that I have marked out. I'm thinking it made a lot of sense for us to just draw into this gap. And then if we want to keep going higher, make a new all-time high, I don't think that would be out of the question, but I do think we could probably retrace towards this 4-hour gap. One of the things that I don't like about it though, is that we have not made a retracement towards midnight yet. So that has me a little cautious right now, but I mean, I would be interested in a short, maybe if we could pull back up and I can get a better entry into that gap. A little bit about how I trade though. I'm a scalper. I scalp on the 1 minute time frame, and I primarily operate with like a 1-to-1 and sometimes even a negative risk reward. So I'll risk 1 to make 0.5. And I keep my win rate above 75 to around 80%, which is a little bit counterintuitive to some people, but it works really well for me, specifically with futures prop firms, because with trailing drawdown, sometimes you have trailing drawdown. What I've noticed, and this is me just trading for years, I've noticed that the futures prop firms really reward a more stable upside equity curve with less volatility. I used to trade a high risk reward, low win rate trading model. So I used to look for like 3, 4, 5-hour trades. My win rate used to be anywhere from like 30% on the low end to like 50%. And if it was at 50%, I was killing it. You know, like I had a very low win rate, but the R multiple made up for that. But with these futures prop firms, any extended losing streak, especially in the beginning when you're still building your buffer, could really get you messed up. So just naturally, I started lowering my R multiple, and I did this about been about a year now. I've been trading like that. I've had my best year to date trading this way. So I've just stuck with it, and I'll look for anywhere from like, depending on the volatility on the NQ, like 25 to 50 points maximum is what I'll be looking for.
That sounds nice. It's great. I mean, like, I think most people don't always think like it's necessary to have high risk reward to like be profitable, but I'm also completely against that. I also don't go for much RR. The maximum I go is 1 to 2. 1 to 3 is optional already. Now, since gold is very volatile, I went for a little bit higher. So I went more often for 1 to 3, but I also have very often 1 to 1s. I just try to not go into the negative, but I get you. I've been there. Sometimes it makes so much sense if the win rate just seems to be like a very solid setup. Why not? Sometimes would need to have such a big stop, and then you just use smaller whatever. You would still want to like be on the safe side, so you accept the potential negative RR in your statistics, which is completely fine.
Yeah, it's just all about the relationship to your win rate, right? Either way, it can work. So speaking of that, then I know you said you trade futures prop firms and Forex prop firms. Do you have a preference? And do you change up your style depending on whether you're trading futures or CFDs?
Yeah, I mean, with the trading drawdowns, to be honest, a tough time. But it's okay. Sometimes it depends on what phase I am. Like when I've been like in this accumulation phase on gold, it was not good. So I even completely avoided to trade on futures prop firms who had like trading drawdown. But with the other ones, yeah, it's okay right now. Like I think the standard is quite good. You just have to like have a buffer of profit, which I like, to be honest. But still, like, because I'm trading for so long the Forex prop firms, I still prefer them more because it kind of like, for my trading style, it gives me much more drawdown, and it's like, yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but still like you can make more money from my point of view. Now, the thing is, with the futures ones, you have to keep trading kind of like to like make the big payout. With the other ones right now, they also have like the on-demand payouts. You just have the small consistency rule. For me, it's very easy, and it's like you make very fast the money. So yeah, when I was trading with CFD firms, because I started with them and then moved over to futures, but what I did was to get payouts on CFD firms. I remember my goal was like make 1%. Even if I did that in the first day or 2 days, I'm locking up the account, I'm chilling, and I'm waiting for that bi-weekly payout date. I did that with my Forex funds. That was the CFD that I was taking some payouts from. And that's just so different from futures. With the futures props, you have profit targets, consistency scores. You just can't do it like that. You have to meet certain requirements. So the difference, I would say, is I think it's probably harder to achieve that first payout on a futures prop, maybe. But there's so many give and takes because you have a one-step challenge or you have direct funded with futures. So how many two-phase challenges on CFDs are you going to fail before you get to the funded phase where it's easier to get a payout? There's all these like pros and cons. On top of that, I think, and I'd like to hear your opinion, I think the scalability on futures props is a little bit better. I think you have the opportunity to trade more accounts if you want to go that route, to just receive bigger payouts in one shot, with Apex 20 accounts, even just the average firms like Tradeify, you can trade 5 accounts, etc. 100%. That's a good point. That's why I also like recently just bought more futures prop firms, just because, yeah, I think you have more power to like make more payouts compared right now with the Forex space. Forex space, like, yeah, it's still possible, but I don't know. That's why I go right now kind of the road also more with the futures prop firms right now. Yeah, I think they're both great opportunities for traders. It's just there's pros and cons, and everyone's going to have what makes more sense to them, 100%. But yeah, as far as NASDAQ is going, man, I'm so cautious right here because we've just been so bullish. We are selling off. I think this 4-hour gap is a good draw. I really think it's a good draw. But I'm also cautious because we're inside another 4-hour gap here. It's tough. I don't want to get short too late. So I'm just being a little patient. I've noticed like when I get close to those payouts,
I do a much better job. I'd rather just be more cautious on my trades and take less trades instead of trying to force the payout. I've just been burned one too many times trying to force a trade just to get to the payout on that day, right? Like, I'm so much better off just chilling, wait for my setup and take it. Like this summer, most of my payouts came from Tradeify. I had like 6 payout cycles on the same set of accounts. The one thing that's also good about the straight to funded firms is that your payouts will get easier. So I always tell people like that first payout cycle on a straight to funded account, like Tradeify we'll just use for example, is the hardest one because you have the trailing drawdown you got to deal with and you have the highest profit target. But each payout cycle after that, your profit target gets lower and lower. And if you've built a buffer in your account, it can become like by the end, my profit target was make $3,000 on my accounts before I could take another payout. I had like a $12,000 buffer in these Tradeify accounts. So it just became so much easier to make that 3K with a 12K, 10K static buffer. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. But the psychology aspect of it is very hard because
Yeah.
you could just have a bad day, bad psychology, whatever. You don't accept your stop losses. You just lose too much profit. Happened to me a lot in the past. So that's why I think it's quite tricky. Can be tricky.
It is, man. It definitely is. I mean, are you seeing anything on gold? Anything you'd be interested in? I'm so tempted to go maybe look for a short here on this fair value gap, but I don't know, bro. Something just doesn't feel right yet. So I'm going to hold off for a moment. We do have a 5-minute in there as well. We also have a slight SMT on ES on the 1 minute. Oh, this is interesting though. Hold on. No. I don't know. I think I'm going to hold off, but I might consider a short. Maybe I could look on this if we invert this bullish gap right here on the lows towards the downside. Maybe I'll look for one. I'm going to wait instead of just getting in right here. I could run to your chart if you're looking at anything, Darius. So
Sure.
Gold sold off a little bit more again.
Yeah. So exactly what we had the momentum, right? It's exactly the thing. We didn't have a proper accumulation, so market could not just write it back up. So that's why it was right now in this case an inducement, and price dropped lower. And still, you know, that's exactly a phase where it's very dangerous because you can now hop on the train, right, to like go down. You just have a high risk because from my point of view, it's like gold is, yeah, it's a lot down. Like it's almost 4% down today. So it's hard to like expect even another big movement down and just to like be inside of this. That's why I think it's a little bit hard. Now we swept this low here, which is fine, but still in terms of taking a trade, I don't even care about like any form of like in this case here you see we have an order block, whatever, fair value gap, it's filled. Most traders will like, hey, I go into because it's fine, they just wait for a reaction. I think that's exactly the problem because you are right now not in a market cycle where you should expect price to like just like it can go up, right? Like it did here. But if there is not enough accumulation behind it, like who's gonna buy? It's again, we retailers who are buying it, and that's exactly why it's not gonna work out. Wait for the big guys to join it, and they will show you. And they cannot just buy when price drops. They buy usually when the price accumulates. That's how they fill in the position. That's the cycle of it. So that's exactly why normally what I do in cases like this, specifically in this case, in this scenario where we had like London already dropping, the best time would have been to like look at the opening to see New York opening, if it's like gonna provide you something. This one completely missed, right? Like I didn't see that this is gonna happen. So if that is the case, and now that's the movement, that could have been already like the trade normally. You gotta wait now for the next 2 hours to see if you will have a form of accumulation. And for me personally, it's gonna be then too late to like then look for a trade anymore because it's for me the day isn't over already.
Yeah, 100%. Now that makes sense. Oh, by the way, guys, so I got into a trade and it started going really quick. I'll go back to mine. So I'm in this short.
Let's go.
Damn, we're selling. So I didn't even get filled on my full position. I might just cut it right here. I gotta at least let me do this. See if we can get us to make one more low. I'm gonna move stops to break even. So risk free on the trade. See if we can.
Beautiful.
Oh wait, no. I accidentally have 3 micros on there. I need to close that. All right, I'm gonna close it right here. We caught the win anyway, so boom, there we go. Only got 93 bucks per account, but again, I only need to make another 250 on these to get a 10K payout. So I'm risk off, man. I'm risk off on it. In and out. If I could just lock in a couple $100 a day, maybe by the end of the week we could request that payout. And I still think we can go lower into this 4-hour fair value gap, but I will look for another trade if it presents, right?
So you're scalping quite quick, right? Like
yeah. I look for anywhere from like 25. Like I said, 25 points is like my minimum most of the time, but 50 points will be like, that's a big trade for me. You know, usually it's like 20 to 30 points, depending on the volatility actually though. You know, a few months ago, the volatility was a lot slower. So I was actually looking for like 7 to 15 points for a little while over the summer. It's just based off the average daily range though. Right now we've been moving. So we could, if I can capture 25 points in a couple minute candles, I'll take the 25 points. But over the summer, getting 25 points, you needed a few more candles.
All right.
But yeah, that's it. And again, we were just projecting from this 5-minute gap. So I have this 5-minute marked off. And again, I'm just using a draw on liquidity. My draw on liquidity is that 4-hour fair value gap, which I think, okay, we're about to hit it. And if we're going to come to this 4-hour gap with this momentum on our side at the 9:30 open, I want to see that gap hold. And I just want to see exactly this, just some clean delivery down into my perceived draw on liquidity. And that's it.
Beautiful. Haven't seen scalping style now for a while, to be honest. That fast.
Man, in futures, I feel like it's so common now. It's funny. I was like a guy who traded on the 15-minute and 5-minute when I was trading FX, like naturally.
Yeah.
When we moved over to NASDAQ, I just feel like NASDAQ moves really fast, similar to gold. It's very volatile. But the other thing that I realized about and why I preferred futures is the execution. I just think, you know, having little to no slippage and spread, it can really make scalping or low time frame trading more efficient. So when you have spread and slippage, there's nothing wrong with it if you're trading on a 5 and a 15-minute and an hourly time frame. That little bit of spread is fine. It means nothing. But you can't really try to exploit low time frames in the same way. And I've noticed like over a span of 100 trades, 1,000 trades, you know, I have my P&L could really work, you know, on the future side on these lower time frames. So yeah, it just works for me. I'd rather be in and out of my trade in a few minutes than sit in my trade for a couple of hours. You know, the only downside to that is you got to be able to make fast decisions.
Yeah.
And that's where some people just are not, they're not in tune for that. But yeah, I'm probably going to chill. I think we could still get down to that 4-hour gap, but I'm just going to hold off now. That was a nice quick scalp. Anything on your side still, Darius?
Well, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Still in the same spot. Now a small lower time frame accumulation, but we'll see where it could go. Yeah, it's a very bearish day for gold today.
Yeah, it really is.
Very beautiful sweep, drop lower. Almost guaranteed it's gonna close bearish. Now, interesting is gonna be specifically like for the next day, because it's like you trade like more assets, right? Like, but for me, it's like I have only this asset, so for me, it's like I kind of like always set a little bit of expectation for the next day. So it's like the entire time in this flow of understanding how it's gonna close, and then I'm like, okay, what will Asia do? And then I'm like just viewing it like it's gonna expand, it's gonna accumulate. So it's gonna like offer me then already like a what session I'm looking for to trade. I don't try to like be very like strict with the timings. Like, okay, every single time the New York Stock Exchange opens, we have more volatility. That doesn't mean for me every single time that's when I have to take a trade. that makes it a little bit like, I don't think that the market is going to be like every day the same. Like if you have a model, right? Like it's not going to like every day work out that way. That's why I have a model which is like changing. So at one day it's better to trade London, one day it's better to trade New York, one day it's better to trade both of it. So this because we have on gold, and that's the unique thing about it. You have market participants in Asia a lot, in London, and in New York. So everyone is buying and selling this thing.
Yeah.
While on Nasdaq, it's more than likely in the New York session where it's the most volatile. And on other forex pairs, it's also different.
Very, very, very good point. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I do know guys. I know a few guys who trade Nasdaq in the London session, and it can work. But you're absolutely right. Like the volume and the majority of the market participation is in the New York session. So if that's not your time zone, NQ, ES, that might not be the move for you. I think gold is a good option in that situation. I've noticed that, man. Like when I still worked a full-time job, I wish I was looking at gold because I could have just been trading gold in the Asia session. Instead, I was like trying to trade NQ in the Asia session because it was the only time I had, and I was just losing my mind. So yeah, people have options. There's so many options in the markets. If one is not volatile in your area, like there's something else. I've also noticed, so you don't trade FX at all, right? Like regular Forex. What I've noticed, bro, when I was still trading Forex, like maybe 3 summers ago, Euro USD would move. It can move 100 pips a day, like no problem on an average daily range. And I just feel like I look at Euro USD today and I'm seeing maybe a daily range of like 30 pips sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how can you day trade that? I just don't get it. I mean, I guess you up your size, you up your leverage, but I'm just like, it just makes no sense to me. The volatility has really dried up in some FX markets from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've been trading, like I've always been like that. I've always, like when I started out trading, I've been like trading all pairs. Then I switched completely to Euro USD. Then the volatility was way too less, exactly like you mentioned. Then I picked up GBP USD, and then I was like, hey, this thing also doesn't move. So I went to gold, and gold was like, then wow, like man, look, GBP USD is moving the same way like Euro USD, 23 pips.
It's crazy.
What? Normally it was double as fast. Now they're the same. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn. I do think there's no right or wrong thing to trade, but I do think there's better markets out there than Euro USD.
Yeah.
We're trying to exploit, inefficiencies. Lance Breitstein from SMB Capital talks about this. He's like, he talks about how Forex, he's like, it's just such an efficient market. Like the volatility is not really there for it. It's an efficient market. It's doing its job, keeping currencies as stable as possible.
To be honest, I would not even have an idea anymore how to trade it. This is way too less.
Yep. Yeah, we're coming into that 4-hour gap on NQ though, so I feel confident we'll hit it. But I don't know where we go then. I could switch back to my chart real quick. I do think we're close. We're going to close in on this 4-hour gap. And then this will be a really interesting spot, in my opinion. Let me get these executions off real quick so the chart's cleaner. So this will be an interesting spot for me, like higher time frame, Darius, because I just think this is a strong line in the sand for bulls, not just today, but just in general. But definitely, I'm interested to see how we close today. Are we going to close beneath this gap? So maybe a closure below like 25 150s. I think that could actually signal maybe we get a lower move because I just feel like we've left so much liquidity to the downside. We have these equal lows right here, relative equal lows. They're not perfect, but kind of stacked up. We also have equal highs up here though. So I do think a really reasonable idea is that if this gap holds as support, it could just be the, that little catapult that we need to just come up and take these equal highs up here that are also the most recent all-time highs. I know you don't trade the indexes, but does that make sense for you as like an ICT trader? Do you see any similarity?
Yeah. It can make sense, 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe check it out as well. I tried back in the days to go into NQ, but I haven't really seen like on NQES, like what makes sense to like in terms of the volatility. So did you have like now NQ or ES?
I'm an NQ guy. NQ. I do look at ES though, mostly for just like SMT divergences, things like that.
All right. Yeah, he like. Have you been affected by this crash on Friday?
So I mean, dude, luckily I was short that day. I was short, so I had a great Friday on that day. I will say though, I was trading my instant funded account, so I'm always thinking about the consistency rule. So I closed it when I made like my profit target. You know, if I was trading like a Top Step account or something with no consistency rule, oh my god, man! If I keep counting the money, like if I just let that thing run, there's just no point with instant funded when you have 20% consistency. You know what I mean?
100%. But the thing is, do you know what gold did on that day? On Friday.
What happened?
Nothing.
Really?
I guess
all the money was in the indexes.
Yeah. So that was Friday. This one. Friday was it now? To not say something wrong. It barely moved. So it was the 10th October exactly. So just to check it out. This one. So you see, the daily candle itself was like nothing.
Damn, dude. Were you watching NQ at all? Were you like, did you see where you were like, damn, gold is dead. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, look at this in the New York session. This thing didn't even like. I was in the long, and then I took just this move up till here, and then I've seen like, hey, that NQ everything crashed. I was like, why is this thing not going off? I was like, this thing has to take off now. And then I said, like, okay, I close, and I like to like take bigger swings if the chance is there. And then I thought about, okay, but that means in the Asian session, this thing has to pump now after we had like the biggest crypto crash. And then this thing in the Asian session started to like really take off like crazy. But yeah, if you're not awake there, you don't want to like ruin your sleep just to take a potential profitable trade. So
yep, 100%, bro. That's so funny. It did nothing. By the way, guys, I did promise we'd run one more giveaway, maybe while Darius is on stream. What out of these three prop firms, Darius? What do you like? Do you like Tradeify, Top One Futures, or Blue Guardian? If you had to pick a prop firm.
Tradeify, 100%.
Tradeify. All right, guys, you heard him. We'll give away a Tradeify 50K growth account. All right. To enter the giveaway in the chat, I want you to type DariusFX, since that's our guest. Type DariusFX into the chat for the chance to win a Tradeify 50K growth account. And by the way, guys, remember, please, if your country is restricted, you're not going to be able to get the account. So just remember that. Check the restrictions. And also, you can only win one giveaway per week. So if you've already won one this week, hold off on entering. But yeah, man, Tradeify I think is my favorite futures prop. It's either that or Top Step, and for different reasons. Like I love Tradeify for the straight to funded option. I mean, I had like this summer, Tradeify was definitely my most profitable prop. I withdrew like 42 grand in like a 2-month period, just this summer off instant funded accounts. And what I love about them, bro, is they pay out so quickly. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Payouts will hit my Rise account from Tradeify in 15 minutes max every single time. It was just like, for prop firms, like that's really quick. Top Step is really good. Their payouts take maybe 24 hours on average, which is great too. But I mean, you cannot beat 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes fast.
Yeah,
that is real fast. That's, to be honest, this is the biggest advantage from prop firms, if they also like pay out fast and if they pay out.
Yeah. And remember, guys, I mean, that's why Prop Firm Match is here. We help you compare and contrast prop firms. And I always say, like, if you want to feel safe using a prop firm, go to propfirmmatch.com, check out our list, because we really vet the prop firms, check out their financials to help you make the best choice. So you can always use prop firm match, and remember, best discounts. If you don't win this Tradeify account too, you could still use the discounts. I believe it is, let me double check. I don't want to mess it up. It's match TGC. And again, that comes in on the screen too. We have that going. So you'll get the best discount possible on Tradeify accounts today. You'll get the best discount than anywhere else. But all right, that's enough for the entries. I will get these in real quick. Darius, do you do any streaming or anything like that ever?
No, I've done it like 3 years ago or something on YouTube. But
so you have streams, but you haven't done it for a few years.
yeah.
So do you make a lot of content? Like, do you make content on YouTube, X? Like, where are people most able to find you? I know we have your socials in the description of the chat, but
I don't think so. I have it here, but basically on Instagram, that's where I make most of the content, and also on YouTube. I started recently to upload a little bit more.
Gotcha. Yeah. How do you like streaming? I mean, I love this medium personally because I just think it's just really cool. You get to trade live, you get to interact with the chat in real time. I just think it's for trading. I think streaming, I understand why it's really blown up recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry on the hold up, guys. I just got to get this list ready. Maybe we'll go to your chart, Darius. We are on your chart. Yeah, if you're seeing anything, bro, feel free. I'm just gonna get this giveaway set up.
All right. So for everyone who want to see what I would say about NQ, like I also see like the same price of interest here for potential longs. The thing is just the price has to, like, once it taps into it, from my point of view, I won't want to have it like an instant, like a reaction from here more than likely. Otherwise, I would see a very high chance price dropping, because you have currently like here institutions bringing price down. And it's exactly that level from the Friday's crash. So I don't know if people, like, if you guys have checked out what happened at that day, but basically on the crypto space specifically, we had like nothing in the books. So they just took out everything and this thing just melted down. And it's not just the tariffs alone. So most people just think, yeah, it was just the tariffs that Trump announced, which then I think right now it's not valid anymore. I don't know right now specifically what happened on NQ specifically on this. It's the same kind of concept like it was on all the crypto things, because we're like a 99% crash. Like, it's insane. Like, nobody was there to buy this thing. And then they have like a system which automatically like buys in at those lower prices, because otherwise the entire market will like completely crash down. Like, most of the coins would not exist today anymore if the market makers would not just instantly buy it back up. So on NQ, we are right now exactly at that level where they dropped it that much and price retests it. And it's hard to say if it's now really like pushing up higher or not. I would just wait for the reaction, and I would not want to see a price closing down below, because if that would happen, I would say it's like a higher chance price will melt down. And if the price will now just like, we have like exactly like one tick or something to like tap into it, and then if it gives us a momentum up higher, I would also say it's a more bullish view on it, and we can like run higher than these highs.
Yeah, solid. I pretty much agree with that analysis. That's perfect. So I got this giveaway ready, guys. We'll go over here. We're gonna run a duck race. Have you ever seen this, bro?
No.
We put all the names into a list, and then they each have a duck, and whoever's gonna win the race.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, chat. Chat loves this one, bro. All right, it's 30-second duck race on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I gotta say,
got it.
This is crazy. Duck race giveaway.
Dude, you got to make it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, we got a VGAR coming up in the front. I'm telling you, I know the algorithm on the way this thing works. Whoever's in the front, I'm sorry, you're going to lose. Someone's going to come up right behind you. See, there we go.
Hey.
Darmo, congrats. Darmo Rakshati. You are the winner of a 50K growth account from Tradeify. So big W, congrats. So again, to claim the account, guys, just so you know, you're going to go to my X account. So you're going to go to I am Zarb on X. I just typed it in the chat. And DM me, okay? DM me and we'll get you hooked up. It's Darmo Rakshati. Let's type that in here. So go ahead and DM me on X, and you can claim your account at the end of the day. But all right. Congrats, guys. Congrats. I see you in the chat. Perfect. But all right, man. I mean, yeah, that's the giveaway for the next little bit. We got a few more to give away. I think I have 2 more Tradeify accounts I can give away and a few top 1 futures in Blue Guardian. But for now, I want to look at these charts. So we just missed that 4-hour fair value gap, which is interesting. And this 4-hour candle actually closed. So we inversed this first gap right here. So I do think we could pull a little bit lower, maybe come in towards like the midpoint of this gap. I'd like a level towards there maybe. Yeah, I think that could happen. I think that could happen for sure. We're still holding this 5-minute gap. I would say this is my line in the sand for a bearish bias for the time being. This little 5-minute bearish gap. If we can get a strong closure above this, maybe we just run and continue the trend, and maybe we move up to midnight. But as long as we hold beneath this, I think I could look for more shorts. But I'm hands off for right now. I feel like we're in a bit of a choppy session at the moment. Take a look at ES here too. And there's not really any SMT or anything like that. But as far as ES goes, I think it's going to be pretty similar. So yeah, ES is still inside this original 4-hour gap. So this is really the line in the sand, higher time frame, I would say, for ES right here. As of right now, I mean, it looks like it's holding. Do you use any Fibonacci retracements?
No.
Darius, like I just use the 50%. And again, I just use it for marking out premium and discount. Just like
I got it.
Yeah, so I'll look at this, like these higher time frame fair value gaps, and I like to just notice where the midpoint is, just to see, because we can often get nice reactions there.
Yeah, by the way, we tapped already into that fair value gap. That
on NQ?
Yeah, I draw it wrong, but there is a sweep.
Did we reach it? Maybe I thought we missed it by a tick.
Yeah, I also thought we missed it, to be honest.
Oh,
like
okay.
The 1 hour, you used to hear on the 1 hour.
Oh, I was looking at the 4-hour.
Yeah, but it wasn't the 4 hour. Am I mistaken here? It's just deleted.
Oh, you know what? You're looking at the continuous contract. I'm looking at the December. So
all right,
there can be slight differences. You are right though. At the end of the day, we're very close. So we could be bouncing from here too, especially if the continuous contract did sweep into that level. That's something to take note of. Why, are you liking longs, bro? Maybe we could see Darius take an NQ, his first NQ.
For the first time losing with NQ then. To be honest,
you'll have beginner's luck. You'll have beginner's luck if you take a trade on NQ for your first time, you know?
But I had one day 2 months ago where I tried it out, and it wasn't even successful. But I don't know. I really have no feeling for how it moves, to be honest. It's moving so different to me compared to gold.
Gold and NQ move so differently from, bro. I've tried to look at gold, and the way you probably feel about NQ, I feel that way about gold. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, NQ, it is ripping though, man. I mean, this is starting to look like maybe we just move our way up to midnight price, especially if we get this inversion to the 5-minute. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna pull my chart real quick because I have one other thing, guys. I talk about this a lot on stream, but I do have it's a loosely mechanical trading model. Okay, I have a video on this on my YouTube First off, before I go over this, I've gone over it a few times on stream, but I like to add the caveat that I don't actually believe in like a purely systematic trading strategy that's mechanical. I think you do need nuance, but I've created this model and just made the framework as simple as possible so people can have some type of clear rules to follow. And the way the model works, it looks like we just got an entry on it. So this will be interesting. Basically, it utilizes midnight price, and we rely on the stats that roughly 70% of the time in the New York session, we do retrace to midnight. There's hard data on that. So we use the midnight price if it hasn't been tested from the hours of 9 a.m. to 11 or 9:30 to 11. Then we want to trade up towards midnight if it hasn't been tested yet. So we use it as our drawn liquidity. It gives us our directional bias. And then all we do is trade the first inversion fair value gap that presents in the direction of midnight. So you could take this on a 5-minute or a 1-minute primarily. Those are the ones I like to use for the inversion fair value gap entry. And this is it right here. So this is the first inversion fair value gap that was just created in the direction of the midnight price, because midnight price, let me just move this, is above us. So if you're trading this model mechanically, you'd be looking for exactly this. First inversion fair value gap that presents, you enter here. Now, this is where you have two options. You can look for 0.5R if you're a negative risk reward person, and this would be your TP, or you can look for 1-to-1. So that would get you just to about midnight. So I'm interested to see if this model is going to play out today. I take this model all the time, but for some reason I wasn't thinking about it today. But this is the entry. We have a valid entry right here. So we'll be interested to see if this plays out. I'm not in it though.
Yeah, I would also agree on that. I would also say it's gonna running up now.
Yeah, I mean, there looks to be displacements here. Like these are this is some nice 5-minute action. This is why I love using fair value gaps, because I feel like fair value gaps really are always presenting when there is aggressive buying or selling in the market. Like they just help me so much. There's so many instances where I'm looking for some type of bounce to happen or a rejection, and the market just doesn't create any fair value gaps, and I stay out. And we almost always will like sweep a high one more time or get one more rejection, and then boom, you create the fair value gap, and that's when you actually get the true move. So yeah, that's why I love using regular fair value gaps and inversions. Do you use the inversion model at all?
Yeah, I kind of like used it for a while, but I kind of like step back from it. Like I haven't seen the use case so crazy in it, because more than likely I prefer just the displacement for the entry, and if it inverted something previously or not is not what I'm looking for. For me, it's more important that it's really accumulating before it's gonna move in towards a direction.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about inversions is, like, I use inversions a lot, but the thing is, almost every time if you get an inversion, you probably also got a regular fair value gap as well. So you could just trade the regular fair value gap. You know, it's like a Taco Bell. It's just a bunch of the same ingredients, just mixed up a little differently. So yeah, I hear you on that. But we'll see. I mean, technically we got this inversion. So again, I'm just watching this. I'm not in this one. And this is where the discretion comes into play. I don't know. I'm not super hyped on the long idea, because I just think higher time frame, we could have a deeper pullback than this. And I know that we hit this gap on the continuous, but we haven't yet on the December contract. So that creates a little bit of like, there's a push and a pull there on, you know, which way I should go. So I'm marking this up. I'm definitely interested in it and would love to see it play out, because it's my model and it has a high win rate. But yeah, I'm not really interested in taking it, especially when I already had a winning trade. We had a little short to the downside. So
yeah, but I get the point what you mentioned. Like, it's your model, but still it's like you have days where it's like not kind of like everything perfect for it. So you don't want to like just go mechanically over it and just like, yeah, I mean, you have your experience like with the strategy. You kind of like would notice it like through your subconscious mind that this is the right setup, or it's completely wrong, or it might be or it might not be. And then you kind of like not taking a trade is like also a very good trading decision very often.
Dude, the biggest thing that I've noticed, because, all right, so I mean, I've been trading for 5 years now, I would say I started getting consistent payouts towards the end of year 3. Really, year 4. Year 4 was kind of like my breakout year where I became net profitable on like fees to payout ratio.
Yeah.
But I started taking payouts like towards the end, midpoint of year 3. But year 5, I've had just like major growth this year. And I think one of the biggest things I can target on what changed for me that helped me get to the point I'm at now is limiting my actual executions. So when I was trading like low win rate, high risk reward model, I took a lot of trades because I would take a lot of little paper cut losses, loss, then try and hold my winner as long as possible. And it works great. But I got burnt out from it and just like having to be on the charts for so long. So when I switched over to like this 1-to-1 style, the goal with it for me was limit my executions as much as I possibly can. So if I take 1 or 2 wins, like I'm perfectly fine with shutting down the charts. And I've just noticed like I've just done so much better. The less time I actually spend trading, the better I do.
100%.
Oh, look at that. Glad I didn't take it. There we go. There's the nuance, guys. That looked like some news or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat. Any questions? If you guys have any questions on anything, feel free to let us know. Any questions for Darius? Did we ask how long have you been trading, Darius?
7 years now.
7. Okay, cool. So you got a couple years on me. So you traded before the COVID boom. You were already trading.
Yeah. Exactly.
Honestly, bro, I'm so envious of people that got in a little bit before the COVID boom, because I feel like if you were prepared for that market, you could have made some really good money back then if you were like prepared for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, depends. I would still say like kind of like being invested would have been easier than just trading it, I would say.
For sure. There were just so many people that like became millionaires just, buying calls every single day, just over and over. No analysis, just buy calls, and bam, they literally became millionaires. Now, did they keep that money long term when the market regime shifted and we went into a bear market? I think a lot of them fell off, but
You do options?
No, I've never traded an option in my life. What about you?
I have one option just on MicroStrategy, but that's the only one. Just trying to see how it is, just if it goes up, because I'm like invested in Bitcoin. So for me, it's like out of all the crypto space, or like in general, when it comes to investments, I would say like Bitcoin is one of the strongest thing you can do, because it's at the end still like the asset that makes kind of like the most ROI. I mean, we can compare it to everything else, but if you like look on NQES, it's like the profit it does usually per year. Now, of course, if you can invest at the very low price and go to the top, then you can like make a lot of money based on that. But basically, the average return of investment is basically the inflation. So you don't really like have like some innovation why the Nasdaq is pumping, and that's kind of like the issue I have with the traditional markets a little bit. And with Bitcoin, you kind of like have value, store in value, which really like gets higher.
100%. We actually got some questions here for you, Darius. Where's the first one? We got someone asked, when did you finally become profitable? So you've been trading 7 years. Like, how many years did it take for you to begin to, go over that hump of like figuring it out to being like, okay, like I got this. We never have it completely figured out, but I got a handle on this now.
Yeah, sure. So it's a good question, because I was a trader who had like extremely beginner luck. Like I cannot even tell how much beginner luck I had. So I've been like starting with my very first trade was on gold, where I took signals where I made like 200 pips on the first trade. And it was like I made then like on my $600 account, I made like 400 profit or something. I was like, okay, crazy. And then I like flipped that 1,000 by myself by using multiple signals and whatever I done at that time. I don't know how I did it, but I also like been analyzing, but on the line chart, not even on the candlestick chart, on a line chart, buy low, sell high things, and still was able to like flip from 1,000 into 18,000 in just 3 weeks. And then I was like, wow, this thing like is crazy. Like, how does this work? I thought about it's not real for a moment. Like, how can you like make that amount of money? Like, I had like no experience. And yeah, and then I like destroyed the account in just 1 day or so. Repeated the process one more time, flipping 1,000 into 30,000 in 1 month. And then I was like, hey, I get a new car. And before I could do that, I blew the account in 2 days. Yeah, so kind of like this is how I started with trading. I had like this extremely beginner luck, but then I had like over a year of only making losses, nothing that really came into it. Like I was barely even profitable for a month or so. And then like kind of like in the 3rd year, I started to like get consistent results, and then especially with prop firms. And I like bought my first challenges with FTMO. Back then also I even had like funding talents and so on. Like
I remember funding talent briefly.
Yeah. So that's kind of how like, and around also like around the 3rd year, end of 3rd year, something like that is like when I like then started to like become consistent. I received regular payouts. I could buy a car and everything, and I was like, okay, now it's like starting to work out everything. And it's like here in Austria, you know, like we have a lot of taxes to pay. So it's not cheap to live here, but it's okay, you know, like it's still like, unless I can pay for that was my mindset for the beginning. That's like kind of the moment when I got like profitable, when I could like pay all the bills, all the taxes, all the shit, buy my car, everything. And then I was like, okay, that's a profitable stage.
Word. Yeah, that's a lot of people. I think it's around that's like, you know, 3-year mark. A lot of people start to figure it out if they were consistent and stuck with it day after day. Also, there's a few questions in here for you. Dino wants to know, how do you overcome losing streaks? So you personally, Darius, when you go through a losing streak, you know, is there anything you do? Do you go risk off? Do you lower size? Change how much you're risking, or do you keep things exactly the same and trust your system? Like, how do you go about it?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm prepared by myself always for my losing streak, because I've had it right now. Like since I'm trading, every single time in the summer, it's when I had like always the biggest losing streak. I rarely have like crazy losing streaks right now throughout the year where I say like, hey, I have to like change something. I just have like the mindset when I have like 2-3 losing days or something, that based on statistics, my strategy works and it's gonna like work out then the next day. And that's why I'm then very calm. I just don't try to overtrade in general when I'm like losing currently, like in 1 day, or if a week is bad or something. I just don't try to like go into, you know what, I make it back by putting right now double the risk on the next trade. This is something very stupid, and it's like psychologically it's gonna like drag you even more down, because at the end you will like pick up wrong setups, and then your statistics is not there anymore. So at the end you're risking more on the 10% win rate trade, and then it's like it's not gonna work out. So people will just start losing more and more. But basically, like in summer, and that what I see from the experience is that I always had like phases. Like in the first year it was basically the full summer, then it was almost the full summer in the second year, third year then it was less, because you already know that this is gonna kick in. Now I never know what month is gonna kick in, because sometimes it was already in May, sometimes it was in April already, sometimes only June, July. And then when I have that phase, what I do is basically I just take less trades, and I don't trade with all of my funded accounts. So I just, in general, I always rotate accounts. So I don't like trade with all of my funded I have right now. I always rotate them just because of the fact that I like to like have a fresh mind every day. So if I have like, for instance, a losing day and I like lose there 2% or 1%, whatever, then I gotta like decide the next day, do I keep trading with the same account? If it's like 5% in drawdown already, like I'm speaking right now about the Forex accounts, and I still have 5% more to go down, I gotta like decide for myself, like, does it make sense to take the trade now, or if I just rotate the accounts to like start with fresh balance, 0, and then to have a better psychology. And then once you are like again, and like you feel like you are in the winning streak, like right now, I feel the entire time like I'm in the winning streak since gold pumped up, because I've been the entire time just buying. It was not that tricky. I didn't care like what account I've been trading, so I could then also like touch some accounts which have been a little bit in drawdown and take them out of the drawdown. So kind of like that's how I do it.
Yeah, dude, well said. So I do a similar thing. I also flip through different prop accounts. So I do copy trade, but when it comes to my futures accounts, I will copy trade like one set. So with my Tradeify, I have 5 Tradeify accounts. I'm copy trading all of those. But then, you know, I have some accounts with my funded futures, for example. I keep those separate, and then I'll copy trade my funded futures accounts together. And JD Adastra, who's a great futures trader, by the way, chat, he's coming on as a guest on Friday. I'm really excited for that one. I don't know if he coins this term, probably not, but he's the one who I learned it from. He calls it risk sinking. So it's like, if you make some money on one set of accounts, you can lock those up. And if you do see another trade opportunity, you can keep trading, but move over to a different set of accounts. Then if you end up taking a loss on those, instead of a break-even day completely, it's a little different. You made some money on one set of accounts, a loss on the others, and it just helps. I think it you know, you don't have to put all of your accounts at risk every single day. Instead, you sync the risk between a few different firms, a few different accounts, and yeah, I think that works a lot better than just like going all in on all your accounts at once.
100%.
Also, this is a good question. So Dharmesh is asking you, where did you learn ICT from? Because there's so many options, right? Like you can learn ICT from ICT himself, or, you know, there's a ton of people that teach ICT. So a lot of different options there. Who did you learn from?
Well, it's a good question, because to be honest, like I had so many mentors. Like I attended so many Discord communities. I even had like 3 exclusive mentorships and so on. And I kind of like picked up from everyone a little bit something. They are like, none of them are like big names. I even had like, because I'm from Austria, I even had like some very good German mentor who like teach me a lot about liquidity and stuff. It was not really like ICT, so that's why I was never like a huge fan of ICT concepts, because yeah, I mean, there are 2 sides, right? Like some people love ICT, some people hate ICT. I think everyone agrees that you kind of like still like need to do a lot of work if you go that route to like learn that. You gotta like still have like your own rules in place to like make it work. And so I did the same, like kind of like never like really watched videos from him, like maybe 3 videos or so. For me, it was way too boring, to be honest. Like listen,
dude, same here, man. That's so funny. Same here, bro. I haven't learned a single thing from ICT himself. I've watched other people teach because I don't know. I just, you know, his teaching style doesn't really speak to me. It just doesn't. He goes like on too many rants and will start yelling about something completely unrelated to what he's teaching. And I'm just like, I need someone who's a little more focused. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, guys,
take a trade.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to see if we can get filled on this. I'll explain it in a second. I do want to say, if you guys notice at the bottom of the screen, Tradeify, we have a code, a custom code, which is MatchGC, which will get you the best discount anywhere on Tradeify right now. 35% instead of the usual 30%. That's only today with code MatchGC, guys. But yeah, we'll see if we can get filled on this. So this is what I'm seeing, Darius. So we did end up sweeping one more time down into that 4-hour fair value gap, which again is why I personally wasn't interested in that first entry, because I just felt like we could sweep and engage that gap. We just have engaged it, and now I have this 5-minute fair value gap marked off, but I was looking at this on the 1 minute. So we have a 1 minute inversion. So we did inverse this gap. I think one option is to have a limit order in here, which that might have been the one that was going to work. But I went a little deeper, just seeing if we can get a deeper pullback. I might miss the trade, but we'll see. And if we do get filled, I mean, we have midnight way above right here, but I would probably be out before that. My goal would be to just maybe come and sweep out this swing high. So we'll see if we can catch a fill. We'll see. Again, at the end of the day, higher time frame is bullish. Market's almost at all-time highs. We just engaged a 4-hour fair value gap, so price could be bouncing from it. We also have bullish SMT divergence at the lows. If I go to ES, you can see right here, ES put in a higher low right here, while NQ at the same time put in a lower low. So there's your bullish SMT, but I do think I may have missed my fill. So we'll see.
I like it this time much better because you have like not this choppy PA before. So the reaction is like very solid. It's like beautiful displacement. That's exactly the kind of momentum I was always look on gold. So, and also the fact that previously was like this, yeah, like there was no real movement up. It was just like at the middle of it, it just started to like go up. So this is much better.
Yeah, I think we got a good shot, and I do think we can get filled. We have a little 1 minute gap below us right here. So like if I could just be a little patient and see if we can get a fill here, I would prefer that. I like to get into my trades using limit orders. I don't really like getting in at the market most of the time, just because what I've noticed for me is oftentimes I have like the compulsion to just press the button and get into the trade. So, I mean, obviously, if I use a limit order, I'm always going to get a better price because I'll get the exact price I want, which is better for my risk reward.
True.
But also, just, you know, I feel like I'm trying to just like hack my brain a little bit because there's so many times I can't even tell you where I'll set a limit order because I want to press the button and I think I want to get into a trade. And then maybe 2 minutes later, I'm going, I don't want to be in this trade. What the hell am I doing? Like, and I can cancel my limit order. But if I was just pressing market every time I felt like I want to get into something, then I'm stuck, you know?
But that's an interesting psychological trick you use, to be honest. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I'm just not the limit guy. I'm always the execution, market execution guy.
Yeah.
I would hate, to be honest, I would hate to wait now.
Dude, trust me, it's the one thing. Like there's no perfect answer because I tell you, I miss trades, bro. It's just part of the game for me. I miss trades. Definitely.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I could have had my limit order here because technically, like, this is our inversion. We retest. I mean, you know, this would have made sense too, but I don't know. I just feel like we could pull back one more time first. Yeah. So I'll just chill. Also, I still feel a little bit weird about the fact that we are in like a deep premium on the higher time frame. So like, could this want to go deeper? We just got filled. Okay, so let's see. I'll try to look for like 20 points. If we can capture 20 points, I'll be happy. So I'll TP at 263. Let me set that. So my stop's all the way down here, guys, but I don't necessarily need to wait for this to get hit. This is just like a hard stop that I'll put in place. If this starts to move in a way that I don't like, I could always cut it a little early. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad trade. I'm just a little cautious, but I still feel like there's a few different things that could pull us on in either direction. But at the end of the day, we are below midnight. I have the data for the midnight open retracements on my side. We have the bullish SMT. We did tap a 4-hour fair value gap. We're in a higher time frame bullish trend. You know, if I take a losing trade on this, it's a loss I can live with. I think it's a decent setup. So we might get this test into this 1 minute gap. So I'm going to be paying attention to the reaction there. And I'm going to be flipping through ES, like to see what ES does. ES has kind of built up a bunch of these stacked highs, which I think is good for, oh, you know what? We did sweep it right here. So my mistake. I was looking at this. I didn't realize this wick swept it. But still, we have a bunch of wicks up here that could be a target. Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible trade. And did we create a 5-minute gap in here? Maybe I'll be more focused on that. We did, so that's good. So we have a 5-minute fair value gap here. So I think this could be my line in the sand. If we just slam through this, I might cut the trade early. We still got 4 minutes on this candle, though. Okay, so let's just see. We really want to see this. It can wick through this gap. I'm fine with that. But if we get a deep closure below it, that's when I'll be considering cutting the trade. But just reacting in here, I mean, this reaction is not too bad so far, but we really got to see how the candle closes. Okay, that's not a bad reaction. Do you wait for candle closure when you enter your trades?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big thing. I'm always paying attention to that. I'm like, okay, when you start seeing this thing sell, you start to get scared. I got to at least be focused on where that candle closes and not just get caught up, because, you know, that's when you create those wicks.
100%. I think that's very important.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we are in this long right now. Monitoring it closely. Do you think you've been, have you been trading well in October? Has October been a good month on gold for you?
Yeah, October.
October, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Was good, yeah.
Yeah, see, on the indexes, it's been a bit weird for me. October hasn't been the best month. It hasn't been bad, but first couple of weeks were not the best for me. I blew some accounts and then had to reset my Tradeify accounts. And yeah, it's been good the last like week or two. So hopefully it could stay like that. Okay, here we go, guys. We're getting a little push up.
Let's go.
See if we could take out this swing high. If we can make one more high, so we get back above like 256, I would like to move the stops to break even, but we'll see about that. I'm going to watch ES too. Okay, ES looks good too. ES looks a little more bullish than NQ at the moment. Okay, here we go. We get the fill. Oh, and we got the fill. Beautiful. So nice. 2 dubs on the day, guys. That was nice. I'll show my executions real quick. So there's the other long we took. Got long in here on a limit order. Stop. TP. So we caught a little over 0.5 R. You know, just base hits, guys. This was a base hit. This was a base hit. Negative risk reward, but win rate stays higher like that. And I just try to add on to them, you know. Maybe I'll take one more trade before the end of the day, before we get off stream. Maybe I won't. You know, once I hit 2 in a row, I like to, you know, after that, if I'm going to take another trade, it's got to be really good, like really, really good. You know, now I'm very risk off. Like I'm perfectly happy to just chill for the rest of the day and yap and talk markets instead of trading. Yeah, these are my trades for the day, guys, right here. And these accounts, how close are we now? 250 bucks away from the payout. So just stay locked in. We got a few minutes left. Are we at 100 likes yet, guys? Let me see where we're at. All right, guys, we're at 93 likes. I'll run another giveaway when we hit 100 likes, okay, before Darius gets off. Darius, do you want to stay until 11, or if you got to go soon, just feel free, bro. Just let us know.
Sure. All right, then I just want to say thank you guys for having me here today. And also thank you, Zach. It was very nice. Good stream. And nice trades, by the way.
Thank
you.
Maybe
next time I could trade as well.
Absolutely, man. Hey, listen, I don't want anyone to take trades just to be on stream. So you did the right thing, you know? But yeah, man, it was a great chat. I think we trade pretty similar, so I think it was a good conversation. Yeah, please come on again. I'm sure we'll hit you up. You're always welcome here, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Then have a nice one, guys.
Take care. Bye. Peace out. Later. All right. All right, chat. That was good. That was a fire interview. Really liked that one. Solid guest. I feel like we've been doing great with the guests. I haven't had a single guest yet that I felt like was every conversation has been awesome. But yeah, man. And look, 2 wins. We've been killing it on PFM TV. I'm sorry. Like, now I could say it. 2 dubs. 2 dubs. Let's go. Yeah, give me some W's in the chat for that. 2 dubs in a row. Called out. Let's go. Josh says, Zach, you're crushing it with this stream. I appreciate it, bro. Doing my best, man. Yeah, we're here. We are here to educate. We're here to entertain, of course. We're here to do some giveaways and help people out, of course, but we're here to educate. That's the goal, man. I want to like, you know, when I started getting into making content, my goal was to just actually be helpful on the technical side. You know, you guys are not going to get too much like, you know, mindset and fluff and all that stuff. Like, you guys are going to get raw technicals with me. Of course, we got to talk about mindset and psychology, but I think if you don't have proper technicals, it doesn't matter how good your mindset is, you know? But yeah, I think for the rest of the day, I mean, I think we could definitely still come up here, pop up into like the 285s. And I mean, remember guys, we have midnight price above us. So if we want to come into midnight, I think that is a very logical target for the day. Very logical target. But yeah, we'll run up another giveaway when we hit 100 likes. So let's get that going. Smash that like button, guys. You know how it goes. Zach is always cooking. We're always cooking, man. We're always trying. Are we using magnets today? Dude, we haven't had to use the magnets. We've just been getting in and out of the market with no need for the magnets. We don't need the extra help. Yesterday, we needed the extra help. You know what I should do for the rest of the day? I do need to make $8 on my funded futures accounts to pass. So maybe we'll do that. Let's get those passed. I'll log into my funded futures. See, I need $8. So we should do that. That'll be fun. All right. Let's clean up this chart a little bit. I mean, I feel like we read that. We freaking read that market like a textbook, man. We really did. We really are reading the market well at the moment. Hammers. We don't need no hammers. We didn't need a hammer for that trade because we were going up. How many accounts do I have? So currently I have 5 Tradeify funded accounts. That's my main focus right now. And then the other thing is I have these my funded futures evals that I've been trading, which I mean, I got them passed. I need to make $8. So we get those passed and I'll be trading both of those. 3 my funded futures funded accounts, 5 Tradeify accounts. And those are, you know, some of my most recommended prop firms. Again, Those are prop firms listed on Prop Firm Match, guys. So if you do want to trade the firms that I'm trading, those are some of my biggest recommendations. Tradeify and My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures is right at the top. Again, 5% off with code MATCH. What's great about them is they have no activation fees either. So, and their payouts are very, very quick, very, very quick. And then Tradeify. So again, right now with Tradeify, you are getting the best discount out of anywhere. So any code, this is the code with the highest discount, MATCH GC. You can copy and paste it here. Go to propfirmmatch.com and you'll get the best deal on Tradeify. And that's just today for the promo that we're running. Yeah, those are my top firms. My Funded Futures, very fast payouts. Tradeify, very, very fast payouts. So, all right, guys, we can give away another account. I say we give away a Top 1 Futures account. We haven't done that yet. So let's do that. I got a plan. I got a plan for us. What we're gonna do going into the market wrap up, we'll run one more giveaway right now. Am I a full-time trader? Yes, absolutely. I'm a full-time trader. But what we will do, let's run this giveaway. I'll do a quick bathroom break, and then we'll come back and we'll try and pass these My Funded Futures accounts just for fun. We need to make $8, so I think we can do it. I think we got it. All right, guys, to do this today, to enter the giveaway, what I want you to do is type Top 1 Futures into the chat. Type Top 1 Futures into the chat. And what I'll do is I'm going to do a quick bathroom break. And when we get back, we will announce the winners of the giveaway. So stay tuned. Don't leave. Go ahead, type your entries into the chat, and I will be right back, guys. I'll be right back. And we back. What's going on, chat? We are back. Let's do this. Let's run this giveaway. All right, guys, you know what I want to do? Because I want to make sure everyone gets a fair entry. And you know what I'm thinking? I feel like I'm not going to be able to scroll back on the chat. So let's run the giveaway again. If you've already entered, just enter one more time starting right now. And you can enter until 11:01. So go ahead, put your entry. Even if you did it once, do it one more time, just so we make sure we get everyone, please. And I will be right here. Going to copy and paste everyone's entry. We'll do this for 2 minutes. But yeah, guys, been a solid stream, man. I've been having so much fun doing this on Prop Firm Match TV. I'm having a great time. Just reading price action, watching markets, and I hope I'm helping people. I'm hoping that I'm helping people learn and feel like they're getting a better grasp on technicals. That's the goal. That's the goal here. I want to actually be helpful in the space, not just like, try and get attention. That's always been my goal here. So, okay, you got 30 more seconds to place your entry. So go ahead. Even if you already did it once, enter one more time. I just want to make sure that I get everyone. And guys, I actually want to ask you, once we're done with the entries, out of all of our guests so far, I'd be interested to know who was your favorite. Who was your favorite guest? So in 5 seconds, the entries will be done. I'd love you guys to answer that and let me know. Okay, that's it, guys, for the entries. Let's get these copied. Let's also get the music back up, right? A lot of people are saying John's their favorite. That's awesome. Some people really liked Darius today, Zamco and Claudia. Okay, it's a good mix. But it seems like a lot of people love having John on. I agree. I love that. And John's going to be on regularly, guys. So, that's what's up. Also, let me know if this music is too loud, if you can hear it or you can't hear it. Just let me know. Yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick a favorite guest so far, who would I pick? I don't know, man. I really liked my conversation with Darius. I also think Zamco is great. And the thing about Zamco is he's just killing the markets right now. Like he is just a monster. He's withdrawing like 6 figures in a single payout from Funded Next, which is just incredible work, bro. Incredible work. You guys don't hear the music right now? Nobody hears this music? That's crazy. Wait, guys, can you confirm to me or not if you hear this music? I gotta fix that if nobody could hear it. Okay, some people hear it. Okay, cool. Thank you. That freaked me out for a second. I was like, what? Wait. Some people can hear it, some can't? Okay, that might be a personal thing then. Yeah, we got the music playing. All right, let's run this giveaway, though. What do we want to do? Duck race or pinwheel, fam? Duck race or pinwheel? Let me know. Yeah, a lot of people are asking to do loyalty points. I'll take that back to the team. Maybe we could, I think they'd be happy to do, like, give out loyalty points or do little games to get loyalty points. So I'll look into that. Spin. All right, we'll run a spin. We'll run a spin. Here we go. Let's get it, guys. Starboy, let's go. W's. Congrats, Starboy. You have won a Top 1 Futures account. So, Starboy, please let me know you're in the chat and that you can claim your prize. And again, guys, please remember, Please remember, if your country is restricted on the firm, that's up to you. You got to do your research. And if you win an account, but your country is not available for that firm, there's nothing we can do. Okay, guys? I always got to let you guys know that. Make sure your country is not restricted. Number 2, you can only win 1 account per week. So if you've already won an account this week and you win again, just by chance, you're not going to be able to claim that. But okay, Starboy, I see you in the chat. W's, congrats, bro. And again, just to claim your account, DM me on X. Go ahead, follow and DM me. I am Zarb. I just put my name in the chat on X. I will take care of you after the stream. And we can run one more real quick. Here, let's do this, guys. If some people aren't in the spin on that, go ahead and do it again. Type in, instead of top 1 futures, to enter the giveaway, I want you to type negative RR. Starboy, you can also DM me at Zach at Prop Firm Match. I'll put that in here after the giveaway because we're about to get flooded with comments. Negative risk reward. That's how you can enter. And I will copy and paste all of them right now. Damn, Shivam is always first. You are just on it, Shivam. Okay, we'll go till 11:07. 11:07. And I have not missed a single name. I got them here. We're copying and pasting all of them. So you can enter until 11:07. Almost there. Okay, that's 11:07. That's the cutoff, guys, okay? That is the cutoff. So we'll get these in. Okay, let's do it. Let's run it. Who's it going to be? This is for another top 1 futures account. Ooh, Kelvin. Kelvin, I feel like I recognize your name. Just remember, bro, if you want a giveaway this week, you cannot claim your prize. So let us know in the chat real quick. I can double check too. But if you want an account this week, so if you want an account on Monday, you're not going to be able to claim. So please remember that, guys. Kelvin, did you win this week? Or was that last week? Just let me know. You won last week. Okay, I'm going to take your word for it. The guys that support are going to know as well, though. So make sure, I'm just saying, not saying you're lying, but if you did win last week, you're fine. If you won yesterday, you're not going to get the account. So that's cool, though. Good. I will add you. Again, just DM me on X, okay? DM me on X at I am Zarb. I am Zarb. Yeah, a lot of people are saying do giveaways for loyalty points. I'm super down for that. I just got to run it by the team. So I'll let you guys know. That could be a good idea. I think they'd be down for that. All right, guys, let's get back to the charts, right? We're here to trade. We're here to teach. Giveaways are fun, you know what I'm saying? But we're here to trade. Let's go. All right, bullish or bearish in the chat? Let me know. Do you guys think NQ is going to reach up to midnight price? Or do you think we're going to go lower? Let me know. Also, I got to try to make $8, right? I feel like I'm best off just going long right here to make $8 on like 2 micros. Should we do it? We're doing it. We got to make we got to make like 9 ticks. Did we do it? Oh, I still need to make $2. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Watch this thing just reverse on me now. We literally need like 5 ticks just to make up for commissions. Oh my God. Okay, that's gotta have done it. Boom, 53K. That was the profit target. Let's go. All right, so I passed 3 my funded futures accounts. So I have 3 more funded accounts with my funded futures. Fire. By the way, guys, my funded futures, the reason I bought these accounts, other than they're one of my favorite firms and they're listed on Prop Firm Match, they have a deal, like a promo right now where they have an add-on where usually if you trade the 50K core accounts, it's a 1K payout cap per account. But right now they have an add-on where your profit cap could actually be 3K per account. So I got these accounts because the add-on is free. It's just a promo they're running. You just, when you're at checkout. So if you go to My Funded Futures, use code MATCH at checkout, you get your 5% off. And you also will be able to just include the add-on that lets you get 3K per account instead of 1K on every payout cycle. So I felt like it was a really good deal. So now we got them funded. We'll be able to trade those tomorrow, which is pretty sweet. And again, it's a big difference. Like if I'm trading, I'll be trading 3 of them. So I could take 3K because I copy trade. I could take out 3K payouts each cycle. It's cool, but it's not much, you know? But now if I make I make some good money on it, I could take out 9K per payout cycle. So that'll be cool, man. We'll be focusing on those. And obviously Tradeify. I'm going to go back to my Tradeify accounts now. That's fire, though. We passed. So the giveaway accounts could take like 3 to 5 business days, but you know the prop firm match support will get in touch with you today and get the process going. Any more accounts remaining today? Yeah, we'll be giving away some more, so stay tuned, guys. We'll still be running some giveaways, 100%. I got a few more I can give away. Hey, I see Luna Trades in the chat. What up, bro? Good to see you back. Luna was a guest. Was that last week? Yeah. Luna was a guest on Friday last week. What's up, Luna? How you doing, man? I feel like we had a pretty successful day today, guys. I mean, now we're on the wrap up. You know, we got 1 more hour to go. Oh, Lubeg liked Luna. Yeah, Luna was a great guest. Great guest. Luna, you're chilling. 1 and done for the day. Nice. Yeah, I took 2 trades for the day. You know what? Well, I'll do. I'll go over them right now because we're on the market wrap up segment, guys. So, I mean, I'm down to take another trade. We'll see. But what I can do is go over my setups, the setups that I took. So let's go over these. So here are my 2 trades today, both wins, both winning trades, a short and a long, right? So if we just break down these setups again in detail, first off, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. So first off, what I was seeing is this 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, so this level right here, we have a 4-hour fair value gap that I wanted to see the market draw into. So that was our target, to draw into that gap and mitigate the level. So at first I was short biased looking for that. And where's 930 open? So 930 open is right here. We get a little Judas swing up, immediately displace lower, lower high, lower low, lower high. And I just took a short in here on this little fair value gap entry, right? So again, I was like, as long as we hold this bearish 1-minute fair value gap as resistance, I'm going to get short. And my goal is to see the market trade into this 4-hour fair value gap as my target. Now, I don't need to hold until it reaches my target. If I can get a nice little scalp from here to here with that directional bias, I'm in and out. I'd rather do that than sit and wait all through here for the level to finally get touched. This is why I love scalping and why I think there's a lot of edge in just scalping the lower time frames, getting in and out over and over again. Base hit, base hit, base hit. So then my next trade was this long, right? So let's look at this. So this was the short right here on this retest of this 1 minute fair value gap, in and out, right? So then the long trade, we come back, we mitigate the 4 hour fair value gap. So this is our key level, right? We sweep out these lows. So we swept liquidity. And then we're kind of sticking to the original directional bias, which is long. We're also below midnight price. So ultimately, I think the market can continue higher and get up to midnight. So I'm going to move long because we come down, sweep out this liquidity. We retap this 4 hour fair value gap and mitigate the level. And then what do? We get an inversion. We invert this 1 minute gap right here. So I got long. After we inverted this gap, I put a limit order to get in on a retest of that level, right? You guys were here with me. We took this live. And then in and out for another 20 points. And that's it, guys. I'm done for the day. Wait for my setups, snipe them, get in, get out. If anyone has questions on my analysis or kind of how and why we took these trades, please let me know. But that's it, guys. We called out 2 dubs in a row. Boom, boom. Two dubs, yes, sir. Yeah, any questions on these? I'm happy to help. Also, chat, if any of you guys took trades today, go ahead and share them in the chat. Damn, looks like we're getting a little sell-off here, guys. What book am I currently reading? So, okay, that's a good question. Personally, I don't read many trading books. I haven't found much edge in reading trading books. It's just not my thing. But I do read regular books. And I'm reading a really interesting book right now. It's called Bronze Age Mindset. So Bronze Age Mindset. And it's a really good book. Karen is up $62. Let's go. Shivam took the gold trade, 1 to 3R. Let's get it. Yeah, my Forex screen. I know you were in a short. You took 4R out of the market. Beautiful. Bronze Age Mindset. Yes, sir. Very good book. Very interesting. It's kind of a political book, but not really at the same time. But yeah, guys, I mean, I'm probably hands off for the rest of the day. Hey, Karen, so you're up $62 on your giveaway account that you won. That is fire. Congrats. I love it. Remember, if any of you guys get a payout with a giveaway account, I'd be happy to have you on PFM TV. That would be awesome. But yeah, we could run another giveaway, guys. We got like 40 minutes left. I got a few accounts I can give away. Where are we at on likes? How many likes have we gotten on the stream? We hit 100, so this is dope. We're hitting 100 every day, which is cool. We're at 108. All right, chat. Can we get to like 115? I know we might be pushing it because we're coming to the end of the session, but let's see if we can get to 115 and we'll run a giveaway. Tarak is up 1,000 on Alpha Futures. Nice, dude. Shivam is up 350. Took the risk of 100. Love it. All right, let's get a P&L check in the chat in general. Everyone, what's your P&L for the day? You red, you green, how much, how little? Let me know. That was a nice little liquidity sweep sell-off. I think we can keep going higher. We still held this fair value gap, this inversion. That was a nice, quick little sell-off, though. We could push higher. I don't know. I'm a bit conflicted. I feel like this could go either way. We have midnight as a target above us, but I've also just been like praying that the market sells off hard. So it'd make me very happy if we sell off. I'm not going to lie. We're in kind of a weird spot, middle of the range type of trade, you know? Negative 200 on gold. Do I see a long? I can take a look at gold in a second, Kian. Josh is green. Let's go, bro. Karen took longs on the 15-minute SMT and indices. Nice. We called that out. Okay, a lot of you guys up 1K. Luna's up 2,300 on funded. Nice, dude. Top 1 futures. I'm working on my final market maker sell model strategy, which will include timing the markets. Let's go. Hey, Luna secured a Top Step payouts. W's. Congrats, bro. Sick. I love me some Top Step payouts. I still say Top Step is the easiest firm to get paid out from. I love them for that. No consistency rules. Just take 5 winning days. Take a payout if you want. Love that about them. Oh, damn. Rocha, you blew your accounts on Friday? Okay. Listen, it's all part of the game, man. Okay, let's check this out. We can take a look at gold. I'm happy to do that. Oh, and we're at 115 likes. Gary, I didn't reply to you. I'll double check. If I didn't, that's my bad. I'll make sure I check. So gold is tanking. Let's take a look at gold. Yeah, man, gold's really, I mean, gold is down 5%. Oh my God. Bro. Yo, that is a gnarly sell-off, not gonna lie. I mean, dude, it kind of had to happen though. Like, look at this gold chart on the daily. Oof. Look at this daily chart, guys. Like, yeah, I've just got the hiccups. We had to sell off. This has been a generational run here on gold. Oh my God, guys. Sorry about that. Hiccups coming in. What should I do? Should I hold my breath? Yeah, gold is up 45% on the year. Like, Jesus. Yeah, drinking water. No, but like this sell-off had to happen. The market can't just go up vertically forever, guys. Like, so I wouldn't be too worried about this if you're invested in gold or anything like that. It could just be a pullback on the daily. We did just tap into this daily fair value gap. So that's interesting. We engaged it like to the tick, right? So we could see price slow down now, right? Like this was the imbalance the market wanted to fill. You also have this consolidation point right here, this daily order block. So now if we go down to like the 4-hour, let's just narrow down everything, right? We swept out some 4-hour liquidity, some swing points right here, swept this liquidity out, tapped into a 4-hour fair value gap or a daily fair value gap, excuse me. So, I mean, if the market's going to keep trending higher, I think this could be a potential like local bottom. But maybe not today. Like, I don't think I'd be too interested in looking for longs on gold today, but maybe tomorrow, maybe the rest of the week, because you've had a pretty significant sell-off in a higher time frame uptrend, right? If we pull a fib too from the most recent swing high, so that would be right here. We're now in the discounted portion of the price range of this leg, right? So here's a 50% retracement. Again, just using standard premium and discount concepts. When we're below the 50%, you're going to have an easier time looking for longs because you're in a discount. So we are in a discount on the higher time frame now. We've swept out liquidity. We're inside a daily fair value gap. This could be a local bottom. You know, I mean, look how we react. Market like basically can't have any recovery until we engage that daily fair value gap. So yeah, this could be a local bottom, but it doesn't have to be right now. Like I would not take longs on gold today, but I would definitely watch closely how this price action develops in the overnight session tomorrow going into the open. Maybe we like consolidate, come down, sweep this low one more time, and then get our displacement, right? And then this could be like your pullback on the higher time frame to continue the trend. It's definitely a possibility. So I like something like this maybe on gold. Again, I'm not a gold trader. I don't analyze gold often, but I can see something like that. As long as this daily fair value gap holds, you could still keep a higher time frame bullish bias. Now, if you inverse this, you could start thinking that maybe you're going to get a deeper pullback. But yeah, let's run a giveaway, fam. So we've given away so far. We have a couple more. Let's give away a Blue Guardian account. Or no, we're almost done with the stream. Let's give away a Tradeify account. Let's do 2 more Tradeify growth accounts, the big dogs. Rocha, if you buy Top 1 futures, the discount only applies to the first month. So with Top 1 futures, it's not really a monthly fee. You're not going to be rebilled automatically. So your discount regardless though will be for any consecutive month. So whatever you purchased the evaluation for whatever price you got it, that's your monthly fee. But yeah, let's do it. Let's do a Tradeify giveaway, guys. I'm down. All right, to enter the Tradeify giveaway, I want you to type, you know what? Let's do this because we have a really good code. Just in case you don't win the giveaway, you still want to lock in a Tradeify account. You can get the best discount possible right now on Tradeify with the code MATCHGC. MATCHGC. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type it right here so you guys have it. MATCHGC. To enter the giveaway, type in MATCHGC. And remember, if you don't win the giveaway, you can still use that code. You will get the best discount on Tradeify anywhere. You're not going to beat this discount. This is just for today. You will not see a 35% discount on Tradeify anywhere else. This code is only through Prop Firm Match today. There we go. Let's go. We'll do it until 11:28 you have to enter. So get those entries in. They're coming in. Okay, 11:28. I'll give you guys like 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got our entries in. We'll run this giveaway. Let's get this list formulated. Okay. Let's run it, guys. Let's do a duck race. Oops. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's get these names in here. Here we go. Here we go. Oops, damn it. I set it for 10 seconds. My bad. Let's run that back. We'll set it for 30 seconds. All right, you guys ready? Again, this is for a 50K growth account from Tradeify, my favorite prop firm. Let's get it. On 3, 1, 2, 3, go. See who's going to come in. Who's got it? I see Josh coming in at the front. Come on, Josh. I'm rooting for Josh, bro. Josh is always here in the chat. I'm rooting for Josh right now. I'm not going to lie, guys. Sorry, I'm playing favorites. Come on, come on. Oh, okay. We got Future here. You are the winner. Future here. So please let me know you're in the chat. Please let us know that you are in the chat. And to claim your account, I want you to DM me on X. I am Zarb on X. I just put it into the chat. And that is how you will claim your accounts. Again, I always need to add this. If your country is restricted, you're not going to be able to claim your account. So always double check that, guys. And also, please remember, if you've won an account this week, you can only win one account each week. But this is what I'm going to do, guys, because I also really like to I like to reward the people that are in here every single day, engaging in the chat, asking good questions. Josh is one of those dudes. He's always in here, always asking good questions. So for the 5th Tradeify growth account, I'm going to give it up to Josh. So Josh, you did win an account. That'll be the last 50K growth account from Tradeify. So Josh, DM me on X to claim yours. But we got a couple more accounts to give away, guys. So don't worry. Don't worry. We got a few more. So hold up. Let me add that. And then we'll give away. I have a few more accounts I can give away. What can I give away? I can give away 2 more Blue Guardian accounts. Yeah, people are asking about loyalty points code. I'm going to talk to the team about that. It's a good idea. Yeah, Kian, you are always here. Don't worry. Stay tuned. We can maybe hook you up on the next stream. But we're gonna keep it fair for the rest of the stream. We'll do a giveaway with the pinwheel. And you know what I'll do? We already got all the entries in there. Let's just run it. We don't need to get you guys to get a bunch of entries again. We already got your names, you know? So let me get these names in here. So this will be for a Blue Guardian. We'll do 2. We'll give away 2 Blue Guardian accounts. Again, if your country's restricted, if you have restrictions, you're not going to be able to claim the account. And again, remember, fam, if you already won this week, you can only win 1 account per week. But all right, let's run this for the team. Let's go. Blue Guardian. Who's it going to be? All right, top trends. You're in here, bro. Top trends, you have won a Blue Guardian account. Again, to claim your account, let us know you're here in the chat, but also DM me on X to claim your account. I am Zarb, okay? That's how you're going to get in. So congrats. That is for top trends. So again, remember, DM me on X at IamZarb to claim your account. So you're not on the list? All right, just in case, I'll throw your name on there again, just in case we missed you. I got you, bro. I'll throw your name on right now. I don't know how you know for sure, but if you're not, here, we'll add you right now. Bam, you're right there at the bottom. All right, let's run it. Okay. FX Hulk. We got you. You are the winner of the last Blue Guardian Futures account, my friend. So again, remember guys, to claim your account, DM me on X, okay? DM me on X, post a screenshot that you were the winner, all of that. Usman, you were in that list, buddy. I checked. Look. Usman, you're right here, brother. You were in. Don't worry, guys. I got you. I got you. But all right, guys, I think that's it for the giveaways. Fire stream today, honestly. Really was a solid stream. I think we analyzed price really well. We called out winning trades. This is the thing, guys. Like, okay, there's a lot of streams out there to watch. There's a lot of streams, I'll admit. But I take every single one of my trades live and I explain my technical analysis in as much detail as possible. All right. I have pretty much been trading these Tradeify accounts that I am close to another 10K payout on. I started them right when the stream started. So in theory, if you took every single one of the trades I've taken, you could also be this close to a 10K payout on Tradeify. Just saying. Lucky for me next time, at least I benefited from your calls. Exactly, Kian. Yep, we're here to make sure that you guys can learn and that you can benefit from the call outs. You take live trades. That is the number one way I learned about fair value gaps in previous days POC. W's, man. Yep. I mean, that's the goal. That's the goal here. On NQ. Yeah, I'm an NQ guy. You know, we trade futures. Yeah, I appreciate everyone always being here, though. Love that we got the regulars. Yeah, really solid. Really solid day, though. Really solid day. I can't wait to activate those My Funded Futures accounts. And market has slowed down a little bit. We'll probably kind of chop around until maybe the 1 p.m. kill zone rolls around, you know, around lunchtime. That's why we stopped the stream around 12, because market slows down quite a bit. Learn and earn. Exactly, my friend. Bro, can you tell your strategy? I mean, I give out my strategy pretty much daily. You guys see exactly how I trade. But also, you can find my YouTube channel in the description of the video. I have a ton of technical analysis videos on my YouTube as well. Yeah, guys, people are asking about loyalty points to share a review. Yeah, I'm going to talk to the team about that. I do think it's a good idea. But remember, every time you use code match, or you use the code that you can find on prop firm match, you get loyalty points. As long as you're logged in and you're purchasing from the website, you're going to get your loyalty points. So remember that. Yeah, look at that drop. What just happened? Damn. That 1 minute candle moved almost 30 points in a single 1 minute candle. Later's on ASFX TV. Yeah, I will be on ASFX TV at 1 o'clock. Is Trump speaking? I don't know. Is he? I don't think he's set to speak. This is a weird week, guys, because we have virtually like no red folder news, at least for USD. So it's going to be a weird week. Today was clean. I think today made a lot of sense, but no news tomorrow, no news on Thursday, and then Friday we have some red folder news. So that's it. You know, some people say that they don't like trading when there's red folder news. I think the exact opposite. I think the red folder news is what helps bring the volatility. So like when we don't have news, I'm actually kind of risk off. I'm a little more cautious. Tristan, what up, bro? What did you miss today? Honestly, you missed a pretty good stream. We gave away some Tradeify accounts, some Blue Guardian, some Top 1 futures, and we also had DariusFX on, who was a great guest, one of my favorites. He also trades ICT, so we had a lot to talk about there. What else happened? We had John on at the open, or not at the open, at the beginning of the stream, who's going to be a regular on. John, one of our co-founders, so he also has a great read on the markets. So that was dope. And I took 2 trades. We called out 2 winning trades to the stream. So we took 2 dubs in a row right here. These were our trades. We called the short, then we flipped long, called the long real quick. So solid day. Yeah. Yep. Red news is a volatility injector. Exactly. I like red folder news. It brings trend. Yeah, you need you need red folder news to like really bring the volatility, in my opinion. Yeah, slow and choppy markets are what actually messes most people up. Volatility is good. Data highs and lows. Exactly. Yep. Looking for those like 8:30 a.m. highs and lows is really key. It's been weird. We've just had like no news the past 2 weeks since we started Prop for a Match TV. But usually, Karen, I'm paying close attention to data highs and lows, and we use that as a draw on liquidity as well. So next week, I think next week we're going to come back into, having news on a regular basis. So you'll be seeing me reference data highs and lows a lot. Usman, you lost 200 on gold today. Okay. That doesn't sound, I don't know what kind of account you're trading, but that seems like a manageable loss, right? That's part of the game. Let me ask you guys, how many of you trade ICT? I'm interested in what you guys think. How many of you guys actually trade ICT? Kian, you're in a gold long? Let's take a look. Where'd you get long? Let me know your price. Partly ICT. Some of you do. ICT's goated. Did I see ICT shorting Friday's low? No. But I took a short on that Friday. Or are you talking about last week? What, did ICT take a losing trade? That would be funny if he did. Hey, Benjamin trades ICT. Let's go, bro. He knew. Yeah, ICT is goated, man. He's taught us a lot. Even though I haven't learned from him personally, got to give him his credit. He coins the concepts and the terminology that I use that have made me a full-time trader. So got to shout him out. Tarak uses simple price action with fixed range volume profile. That's solid. That's what John, our co-founder, does too. So, that's a solid way to look at the markets. Now, I never heard of Number One. I'm guessing that's a trading influencer. He's an NQ scalper. $41.33 is your entry, Kian. Okay, thank you for that. Let's see. Okay, so you're in profit. You're in profit. Nice. At first, I thought you were stuck like in drawdown. What is a good exit? I don't know, man. First off, I'm not a big gold trader. To get 1-to-1 at least, you would need to make it up to 41.77. I think that's possible. You have this 15-minute fair value gap. I feel like this is your biggest problem right now. You have this 15-minute fair value gap in here. We'll make this red so that I think you kind of got a little rejection in there, but if you could inverse this, it may possibly could really rip, but I'd be careful in here. It's looking okay though. You might be able to get one more push up. I would be trying to take my profits at like 64 though. I would have already wanted to be out here potentially, but honestly, 64 could be a good TP, and then like max TP, I'd look for 78. I would try to be in and out because you're really fighting the trend. You know what I mean? Kelvin, you can email me too. You can do that. No, Karen, I don't use deep charts or bookmap or anything like that personally. Dharmesh, yeah, the viewers always tend to decrease. We're wrapping up, I'm probably going to cut the stream in a minute or two. So we always, we're going to lose viewers the last 10 minutes. But yeah, this is not a bad trade. I just, you're really fighting the trend. That's all. Going back to NQ, we're still kind of chopping around. I think here, let me clean up this chart. And before I go, I'll give you guys what I think is most likely for the day. Headphones died. Hold on. You guys can still hear me, right? Just let me know if you can still hear me. Zach, what do I think that Trump wants to dump gold and make Bitcoin go higher? I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to the fundamentals. I'm more of like, I'm a purely technical based trader and I'm trading on the lower time frame. So I'm focused on what's happening right now in front of me via price action. I don't do too much on like macroeconomics, if I'm being honest. For me as a day trader, it's just not relevant. Yeah, before we go, can we get 120 likes, guys? I feel like we're close. Listen, I'm not going to, I can't bribe anyone with a giveaway because we gave all our accounts away. But let's get to 120 likes. Can we do it? But all right, while we wait for that, we're going to wrap up in a second here. Let's just, let's go over analysis. We went over our trades for the day. I think we had some good entries. We'll clean up this chart and let's start from the beginning. I think we're coming to midnight. I mean, this is my opinion. This is the draw on liquidity right here. So we tapped into that higher time frame 4-hour fair value gap, right? We'll mark this off again. So this was the gap that we were looking at that we wanted to see price trade into when we took the short. It's right there. All right. So we get that tap on the 15-minute. We also had a bullish SMT divergence right here. So NQ made a lower low inside that gap, while ES made a higher low when it was inside its gap. So there's your bullish SMT, which is a reversal signal, and we're below midnight. So I'm thinking we move up to midnight price is the next most logical area. And we have this 5-minute inversion that's been holding price really well. So yeah, I think we'll probably reach up into the previous day's point of control one more time, and then we'll reach up to midnight. Am I streaming tomorrow? Absolutely, Rocha. So we stream every single day here on Prop Firm Match TV, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So yes, I'll be here. And yeah, we got to get that Discord going. I think it's in the works. But all right, guys. I mean, I think we'll cut the stream pretty slow now. I think I do think we go higher into the midnight open. So we'll see what happens. We'll go ahead and we'll review this tomorrow morning, the rest of the price action. I loved the session, Zach. Thank you, man. All right, guys, I'm going to head off. Remember, if you did win a giveaway, DM me on X at IamZarb. We'll take care of you there. And that's it, guys. Peace and love. And we'll be back tomorrow with more guests, more giveaways, more technical analysis. As always, peace and love, guys. Later.